Take a look at Mark Moser, forward for the St. Louis Ambush. Last night, he scored an amazing collection of 6 goals, and St. Louis went on to beat Kansas City 40-22 in the second round of NPSL National Division Finals. Moser, a St. Louis native, puts all 6 feet and an inch into his goal-scoring punch. This season, he's breaking the records. 89 goals, 195 points, and he will have to keep up this championship pace to send St. Louis to the league finals. NPSL Division Finals, Game 2, next on Prime. St. Louis Ambush Soccer is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And by your local Shell ETD convenience stores. And by Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems. A cellular phone, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And by Health South Rehabilitation Center of St. Louis, the official sports medicine provider for the St. Louis Ambush. And by Boatman's, with money market accounts designed to do just one sensible thing, save you money. And from Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, tonight, the NPSL Division Finals, the Kansas City Attack, and the St. Louis Ambush. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Kemper Arena. I'm Mike Barrick, alongside longtime St. Louis soccer analyst Bill McDermott. And Bill, what a game last night. The Ambush winning it 40-22, a record-setting performance.
40-22, absolutely incredible with all the offense. Mark Moser going crazy as usual, scoring 6 goals, 3 assists, recording 14 points. Jamie Swanner continuing to play well in goals, and they record 40 points. That's unrealistic.
And the Ambush have a 1-0 lead in this division final series. And the playoff system in the NPSL has changed a little bit this year. And let's take a look about how a team reaches the finals and then to the championship round.
Yeah, indeed, some changes from years past, Mike. The Ambush has already dispensed with their first round appointment at the Detroit Rockers. Secondly, they now have to go a best-of-5 series with the Kansas City Attack. Now, in years past, it was best-of-5 in the absolute overall final championship series. This year, it is best-of-7, so there indeed lies the big change.
And the Ambush, of course, lead their series right now, 1-0. Of course, players to watch for Kansas City include Wes Wade and Goran Hunyak and Brian Haynes, a threesome doing very well.
Well, you could be assured that those 3 players you just mentioned will absolutely come right at the Ambush tonight. They're totally embarrassed by losing about that scoreline, 40-22. Letish Antret, we can't forget about him. He runs from the opening center off till the game is completed. But those 4 players will provide the offensive output for the Kansas City Attack.
Bill, should be fun tonight?
Very much so, if it's anything like last night.
No doubt about it. The St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Attack Game 2 coming up. We'll have all the play-by-play in just a moment. Take a look at Mark Moser, forward for the St. Louis Ambush. Last night, he scored an amazing collection of 6 goals, and St. Louis went on to beat Kansas City 40-22 in the second round of NPSL National Division Finals. Moser, a St. Louis native, puts all 6 feet and an inch into his goal-scoring punch. This season, he's breaking the records. 89 goals, 195 points, and he will have to keep up this championship pace to send St. Louis to the league finals. NPSL Division Finals, Game 2, next on Prime. St. Louis Ambush Soccer is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And by your local Shell ETD convenience stores. And by Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems. A cellular phone, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And by Health South Rehabilitation Center of St. Louis, the official sports medicine provider for the St. Louis Ambush. And by Boatman's, with money market accounts designed to do just one sensible thing, save you money. from Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, tonight, the NPSL Division Finals, the Kansas City Attack and the St. Louis Ambush. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Kemper Arena. I'm Mike Barrick, alongside longtime St. Louis soccer analyst Bill McDermott. And Bill, what a game last night. The Ambush winning it 40-22, a record-setting performance.
40-22, absolutely incredible with all the offense. Mark Moser going crazy as usual, scoring 6 goals, 3 assists, recording 14 points. Jamie Swanner continuing to play well in goals, and they record 40 points. That's unrealistic.
And the Ambush have a 1-0 lead in this division final series. And the playoff system in the NPSL has changed a little bit this year. And let's take a look about how a team reaches the finals and then to the championship round.
Yeah, indeed, some changes from years past, Mike. The Ambush has already dispensed with their first round appointment at the Detroit Rockers. Secondly, they now have to go a best-of-5 series with the Kansas City Attack. Now, in years past, it was best-of-5 in the absolute overall final championship series. This year, it is best-of-7, so there indeed lies the big change.
And the Ambush, of course, lead their series right now, 1-0. Of course, players to watch for Kansas City include Wes Wade and Goran Hunyak and Brian Haynes, a threesome doing very well.
Well, you could be assured that those 3 players you just mentioned will absolutely come right at the Ambush tonight. They're totally embarrassed by losing about that scoreline, 40-22. Letishan Tret, we can't forget about him. He runs from the opening center off till the game is completed. But those 4 players will provide the offensive output for the Kansas City Attack.
Bill, should be fun tonight?
Very much so,
yeah.
If it's anything like last night.
No doubt about it. The St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Attack Game 2 coming up. We'll have all the play-by-play in just a moment.
Sesame Street in town. You get that timeout coordinator here. Hold them up.
Tom, if you give me a shot of these 2 guys here, I got a great line for it. Okay. All right, who we got here, Mike? I can't quite see those numbers of
19 and 7.
19 and 7.
So we have Lofton,
Julio Salas
and Rogers.
Did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry, for the refs?
Yes.
Ooh, looks like 33. 30?
30. Alan Shepard.
Okay.
Alan Shepard.
Wow.
The man from outer space. Where's Neil Armstrong? What? Oh, it's the Pink Panther. Thank you.
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
Parachuting from inside.
14. That's Gary Huber.
Once again, folks, if you're interested in purchasing a copy of the highlight video shown during the pregame, please stop by the back table at gate 3. In addition to the video shown, there's a bonus highlight video of the 1992-93 championship game. Finishers have select the colors. Take your pictures to CPI 1-hour photo, the official photo processor of the attack.
And from Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, welcome everybody to Game 2 of the NPSL Division Finals, the St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Attack. And Bill McDermott, welcome to the broadcast. We have all sorts of interesting fans here tonight.
Evidently Sesame Street's in town. Where are these guys going? They're in the front row. They're going to watch.
Mike, this is an interesting game because this is the 3rd straight year that the Ambush has arrived in the division finals, looking anxiously for another trip to the overall championship series, and I think they have the squad with which to do that. They have a nice blend, as we look at their record of 30 wins and 10 losses, a nice blend of some youth, some experience, and they certainly, as was contrary to what was thought when the season first started, a great attack despite the loss of David Doyle. That's Zoran Savic, who was recently elected as the Coach of the Year 2 times out of 3 seasons for Zoran Savic, and part of his rookie season.
Part of the reason for that, last year the attack 14-26, the best turnaround of any team in league history, with a mark of 29-11 this year.
They dramatically changed it. We talked about the people in the open that you really have to be careful with. Leite Chantrette, Brian Haynes, Goran Hunyak, as they call him here, and Wes Wade.
Here's a long shot by Steve Maurer as we're underway. Just 10 seconds into the opening quarter. No score after the ambush won convincingly last night. And a look at Goran Hunyak, guy the ambush are going to have to stop all night long.
Yeah, their leading scorer this year, elected to the All-NPSL team. Second team not playing tonight with that nose brace. Perhaps some fans are familiar with that overtime loss at the Kiel Center, 23-22. He was largely responsible for the offensive output that night.
Here's a chance for Hunyak. Swiner gets an arm on it, and it deflects into the corner, and Daryl Duran just pounds it all the way down. Early on, first quarter from Kansas City. Glad you've joined us tonight as the ambush look to move their mark to 2-0 against the attack in this division final series. And Warren Westcote, who had 19 victories this year, waits to set it up for his own defense.
Daryl Duran said he is content to let Warren Westcote come out of his goal area and send long balls because they're not worried about that aspect of his game. Case in point with that particular pass. They waited, they kept it, they sent it long and lost it in the process, but they win it on handball.
Wes Wade, who had 8 assists in a game against St. Louis February 15th, will set it up. Leads for Haynes, shoots the puck and up into the stands. They go for the left-footed Haynes, who blasts it, and the ambush get a break as it deflects up into the crowd.
It's really no mystery who Kansas City will look to. It's that man right there, Brian Haynes, who has a prolific left foot.
And Haynes, who has been terrific, leads their team in scoring in the postseason with a total of 18 points. However, the ambush break up, and Maurer leads it for Reiniger in a 2-on-1. In passes across Hundel, shoots, he scores! What a blast for the ambush! An early 2-0 lead on a blast by Kevin Hundel.
Kevin Hundel, number 9, the defender coming up, playing in the forward position. In this particular instance, left absolutely alone, and Joe Reiniger, as you can see here, has no difficulty in finding him. Goes right at the last defender, takes him out of the play, and Hundel puts it on the opposite side netting with no difficulty. Good work there by Joe Reiniger, who wears number 21, to find that person right there, number 9, Kevin Hundel.
And Kevin Hundel for St. Louis with the blast. He led the team this year with 49 assists, but this time scores a goal, and the ambush have the lead. And another clearing shot goes up into the stands. Earlier we saw a graphic with the season series 3 apiece. The ambush, however, won 2 out of 3 here in Kemper.
Yeah, the home field advantage is really all over the place in this particular series. You just really don't know. As a matter of fact, that's what occurred in the 1992-93 playoff series. The teams traded wins away from home.
And a looping shot going up into the stands with a total of 13:37 remaining in the first quarter. Joe Reiniger sets up Kevin Hundel to the ambush, who had a 40-point night last evening, have an early 2-0 lead here.
40-22, the highest scoring game in NPSL history. Prior to that was November 8th, 1993, when Dayton destroyed Detroit by a score of 38-18.
And St. Louis control, an elite pass up for John Klein, who played at Duke University. Clears it right back into the corner into the Kansas City end. And the attack, Eddie Carmine clears to center, broken up by the defensive specialist, Chris Kenny. In for Eric Eichmann, breaks in towards the arc, plays it in front. Oh, they score! Great setup in front, and John Klein gets a piece. It is 4-0. St. Louis, they're all out to congratulate John Klein, who was in tight for St. Louis.
An absolutely fabulous ball by number 10, Eric Eichmann. He eludes Wes Wade and then finds John Klein, who strikes it with the outside of his left. Very nicely done, and a great understanding between Klein and number 10, Eichmann. Beautifully struck ball by John Klein.
John Klein for the St. Louis ambush. 17 games played in a defensive role for St. Louis, and a cleared shot right towards the goal. John Klein scores it from Eric Eichmann, 1:59, and a 4-0 St. Louis lead.
Again, the expertise of Eric Eichmann showing that he is left with the ball at his feet to find the man who's in the most dangerous
He finds John Klein with a pass, finding him so that he's capable of striking the ball first time.
Here's a chance for St. Louis into the corner. Kevin Crooks, the ambush early on of a 4-0 lead. A foul on the play against Cork, I believe, and Kansas City will restart in their own end. And Westcote hurls a pass for Haynes, headed by Hundeltai in the air, and Cork controls in midfield. 12-13 left first quarter, 4-0 St. Louis, and Ryan DeGrand will leave it there, but a stop, a foul, and we'll have St. Louis to start it in the midfield.
Conspicuous by his absence is Mike Raposha, who was injured last night in the game at Field Center against the Kansas City Attack, a victim of an absolutely wild, preposterous tackle by Lethal Chantre.
And a chance for St. Louis on the left side, and Hundelt able to play it for St. Louis. The Ambush have not lost this year in postseason, winning twice against the Detroit Rockers and winning last night, so they're 3-0 here in postseason play.
Kansas City, on the other hand, Mike, loses their first game against the Milwaukee Wave, have to come home here to Camp Arena to win 2 games in succession to get into this particular point of the playoff season.
And St. Louis control in their own end, and Steve Kearns breaks down the right side. In against the Kansas City defender, but broken up at the last moment. However, Kearns clears it into the corner, a stop, a foul, an offensive foul against St. Louis, and Kansas City will restart in their own side. Westcote plays it down for the artful Wade. He's very speedy also. Wade trying to center one, goes to Huniak outside the arc. Being watched by the St. Louis defense is Trichu. In shoots, Trichu gets a piece of it and then cleared in the midfield where Ketters plays. Kansas City trailing the Ambush with a 4-0 early lead here at Kemper. And here is Tishon Trett. Clears it towards Swanner. Loose in front and cleared into the corner. Break for St. Louis, however, a foul against the Ambush in deep to the right of Jamie Swanner.
That's a good view of Jamie Swanner. Voted again this year as the goalkeeper of the league, justifiably so, for the 6th time.
Here's Huniak now, outside the arc, plays it in front, cleared, however, outside in the midfield, where Ian Fraser plays it for Kansas City. Second of the league and blocked, plays it in front of the goal, he scores! Kevin Ketters slams it home. It's a 4-2 game with 10:43 to go in the quarter. Ketters allowed to work in tight into the St. Louis end.
There you go, Mike. That's the key. He's allowed to waltz in with the ball at his feet. Does a nice job of eluding 2 defenders. Goes in between Duran and Trichu and blasted by the helpless Jamie Swanner in that particular play. Number 17, Kevin Ketters, who, when the attack was in the game last night, provided some valuable offense.
Kevin Ketters, a 2-time All-American from Rockhurst College, scores at his 7th goal at 4:17, and Huniak on the assist to make it a 4-2 St. Louis lead. And a clearing pass in the midfield. Kenny breaks it up. Clear on the opposite side, and the Ambush played into the corner. 4-2 St. Louis, the lead pass in front, but Westcote out, and he hurls it all the way down. Breaking free is West Wade. He don't go to shoot from a sharp angle, and Swanner gets a light on that. On the far side, and St. Louis take over and Klein on the opposite wing, but a foul against the Ambush in their own side of the field.
That last particular play, Mike, you saw an excellent example of West Wade's blistering speed. A ball thrown out of the backfield, he runs onto it.
Of course, playoff tickets available. All Kiel Center box office tickets now location, and of course a $2 discount at all Venture stores throughout the St. Louis metro area. We'll have playoff games upcoming at Kiel if necessary. Friday and Saturday of next week is the bouncing pass going up into the corner to stoppage of play with 9:53 to go in the first. 4-2 St. Louis, and Daryl Duran, who missed 17 games this season for St. Louis, will be our halftime guest, and he's looking for the Ambush to win their 2nd straight in the series and the attack take over. A number of times this season, the Ambush have had leads against this team, and Kansas City have battled back. Here's Tayshon Trett, knocked down to the play. Duran also a scramble at the yellow line, a stop and a foul against the Kansas City attack.
That's a good point, Mike, about not being able to put this team away. As we look at number 14, Lethal Chantre, defended against by Daryl Duran. Tishon Trett fouling. That's nothing unusual. But the Ambush has had some hustle with this particular team. In particular, the 23-22 overtime game I alluded to just a bit ago. The Ambush was leading in that particular game. At one instance of that game, 20-9. The attack comes back and wins 23-22 in overtime. But last night, there was upset by the fact that they allowed Kansas City to score 22 points.
Even if it was a 40 to 22 game, the attack at times were able to get back in it. It was only a last second half rush by St. Louis to pull away and win that game. And the attack break free. And here they come on the opposite side. Brian Lofton, a rookie, shoots. Sweater gets an arm on that and deflects it up high. Great scoring chance for the rookie Lofton. And Swanner, who leads the NPSL with 30 playoff wins, gets an arm on it.
Fabulous reaction save by number 00 Jamie Swanner, who, as I just pointed out a moment ago, again, the goalkeeper of the year in the NPSL for a record 6th time.
And now the attack will play it into the corner, now out for Hunyak, drives it, and with a side kick, clears it up into the stands. Good scoring chance, however, he didn't really get a lot of mustard on that shot, and he misfired a bit.
But you always have to be careful of number 9, Gordon Hunyak, because when he gets the ball at his feet, he's very capable of taking people on in a tight space.
5th in the league in points this year with 181. He led the attack in scoring in 94-95 during the regular year. And Jamie Swanner will take it for St. Louis. And Swanner able to pound it into the Kansas City end. And the attack's Ian Fraser plays it to the left of the goal.
See, those balls out of the backfield from Swanner have to be to people's feet. They start sending them down, deep, away from Moser and Mauer so that they can't play that first touch with their back to the goal. It makes it doubly difficult for them.
And Westway taken down by Eric Eichmann. A foul on the play, although the fans look for a penalty. Why, they always do, right?
Especially when you're playing at home.
Here's a chance now for Kansas City's Jeff Rogers for Haynes. In on goal. Eludes one man, but a beautiful defensive play by Steve Tritchu. Right, however, it's stolen. Haynes trying to settle it up. Swanner gets a piece on a great scoring play in front of the goal.
Another fabulous save by Jamie Swanner. Now, there's a nice ball out of the backfield immediately to Eric Eichmann.
And we have pushing and shoving now on the far side. With a total of 8:09 to go in the quarter, we may see some very strong physical play as this series goes on.
Well, it's inevitable, and the referees know that coming into tonight's game.
Oh, and Swanner, another save on Ian Fraser with a blast. And the ambush take over and clear it all the way down. 4-2 St. Louis. Here the ambush taking control. Humdown moving in. Into the corner, Mauer. Center, loose in front. Oh, a save made by Westcote on a good scoring chance by the ambush.
Mauer rebounded that ball off the boards for the on-rushing Kevin Gorman. It just about got inside that near post against Warren Westcote.
Ambush outshot 10-3, but leading 4-2, and a pass broken up with the defense. A stop, a foul on the play. And let's see what this is all about on the far side.
I believe the referee, Gary Huber, is whistling up for a foul against Kevin Gorick, the elbowing foul. Both of the players, as a matter of fact, Gordon Hunyak and Kevin Gorick.
And we'll have a stop here along the near side with St. Louis leading by a count of 4-2. And of course, the ambush in this game have the lead, and as mentioned, the fouls, the matching fouls on the play.
Brian Lofton goes off from the Kansas City attack, and Kevin Gorick goes off from the St. Louis ambush.
Okay, it looks like we will have shootout opportunities, Bill, for both teams.
Gordon Hunyak looks like the lineup after Mark Moser takes place for the St. Louis ambush.
Okay, Moser will go for St. Louis. It's a 4-2 ambush lead, and Moser will go for the one-point opportunity. 89 regular season goals. He had 6 last night. Moser will go for St. Louis, looking for his first of the evening. In on goal. Oh, Westcote slides to make the save. He came right out and challenged Mark Moser.
Well, that's just an example of a bad first touch. That's clearly the reason why Westcote was able to come off his line. You'll see it right here. Blatant evidence of the fact that Mark's first touch was not a good one. Westcote comes off his line and makes the save.
Now on the other side, Kansas City will take over, and Brian Haynes will have a shootout here. Now, of course, these shootouts are worth a single point. This would cut the lead 4-3 if Haynes is able to score off Swanner. Here's Haynes in. 2 scores! Boy, what a blast. Upstairs, it's 4-3 St. Louis.
Well, when number 13, Brian Haynes, gets it on his left foot, it's always going to be a blast. And it's most always deadly accurate.
Well,
the St. Louis Ambush with a 4-3 lead. We will take a break. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer on Prime. Thank you.
Thank you, likewise. Yes, sir.
We'll see you back this Sunday evening at 2 o'clock p.m. as your attack takes on the St. Louis Ambush in Game 3 of the National Division Finals. You can purchase your tickets for this game right now at the
Haynes in the shootout.
Also, attack fans, don't be left out.
7. Okay. All right.
St. Louis for Game 4 and if necessary, Game 5. Stop by the Booster Club table at Game 3 for details.
Welcome back, everybody, in a wild first quarter. 4-3 ambush. Great scoring chances, Bill, for both teams. No surprise. And, of course, Brian Haynes scored that last goal on the shootout to cut it to within 1.
We talked about number 13, Brian Haynes, at the outset of this particular telecast. You always have to be careful of his abilities in 2 different ways. He's very good one-on-one with a very tricky, deceptive move with that left foot. And secondly, and perhaps more importantly, in an open field, when he has a chance to run at people, he has blistering speed.
And the ambush control on the opposite side. Kuntz is knocked down in a foul and a restart. St. Louis will take over. Into the far side, Kuntz leads for Daryl Duran. Able to play a pass into the corner for Hundelt. Knocked down by Wade. Hundelt backed up and Wade breaks out for the attack. 4-3 ambush. And Wade knocked down by Hundelt to follow the play. And is there going to be a penalty? It looks like Hundelt's going to get called.
Clearly a penalty as Wes Wade goes right at that last defender. It's Joe Reiniger. Kevin Hundelt wearing number 9 from the ambush in a vain attempt to get back. He just couldn't quite catch up with Wes Wade. He follows him in the process. Now the ambush has 2 persons, 2 people in the penalty.
I believe it's a tripping call. 7:51 the time. A shootout. This could tie it for Kansas City. And then they'll have a power play also. Fans on their feet. 4-3 ambush, and Brian Haynes will go from the yellow line. In on goal. Shoots. It hits Swiner. He gets a rebound. Off the crossbar. Brian Haynes, you get 5 seconds. Had a second chance after Swiner makes the original save. And Swiner says, nice try, but I got you there.
Watch this save as Jamie Swiner comes out.
Oh, hit him.
Defense by self-defense. Right in the face of number 00, Jamie Swiner. Seems to be okay.
Got a break from the crossbar also. And St. Louis controlling the lead. Here's a jamming shot right off by Haynes and up into the stands. It is now a power play. The ambush have not given up a goal in postseason as far as the penalty kill.
Jamie Swiner led the league with 25 wins and 626 saves, Mike. He was very active. A great addition coming over this year to the St. Louis Ambush.
And St. Louis will break out of there. And Swiner will just toss it all the way down. Headed down by St. Louis's Mauer into the corner. And the attack play it for Haynes up the left side. Lead pass across for a streaking Wade. Into the St. Louis hit. Wade shoots. He shot it wide. Going to the short side. And the ambush play it all the way down into midfield.
That's where Kansas City is really dangerous when they're in the open field with either Wes Wade or Brian Haynes, and they have the opportunity with the ball at their feet to run at people.
And Ketters will go on the opposite side. Back down, following the play, and a chance for the attack. Here's a play into the corner for Haynes. Moving in, drops it back to the left side for Ian Frazier. Across for Wade. Moving in against the defense. Centers, nobody home, except Duran for St. Louis. And Duran just plays it beautifully back for Swiner, and he pounds it into midfield.
Kenny and Daryl Duran defending.
Here's Ketters, a shot blocked by Duran. 50 seconds left in the St. Louis penalty against Hundelt. And Frazier takes over. Left side for Ketters. Into the corner, Haynes. In against Duran. Haynes drops it back for Ketters. Lays a pass for Frazier into the corner. Lays it off. Shoots. And he deflects it wide. He's a shot. That also deflected off the backboards and up into the stands. Good scoring chances for Kansas City. Health South, the official sports medicine provider for the St. Louis Ambush, would like to invite you to their second annual celebrity golf tournament. The Tapawingo tournament will be held June 13th and benefit the Arthritis Foundation. For additional information, call our sports medicine hotline number 490-2064. And a break for St. Louis. Here is Steve Tritchew. In against the defense, clears it towards the goal, and Westcote out to play.
Steve Tritchew getting more involved in the offense. He probably scored the goal last night that really broke the back of the attack at 4:52 of that fourth quarter. When the attack started that quarter, Mike, you'll remember, with Wes Wade as the sixth attacker.
And Kansas City take over Wade. In against the defense. Plays it off for Frazier. Ambush holding on to the lead. That's it. The two players off the original penalties are back on. There's a chance in front. Shoots. That's off the leg and up into the stands. Another good scoring chance. However, the Ambush able to kill off that penalty.
And these last particular times upfield for the Kansas City attack, they're getting shots on goal, but they're not coming anywhere close to staying in play at all. They're getting the shots, but they at least have to keep the ball in play if they want to try to get back in this game.
And Swanner will leave it for Steve Tritchew. He had only one goal during the regular season, but lifted a high looping goal last night from outside midfield. And the Ambush, of course, winning that game last night.
That's when the attack had grown fairly close to 29-20. As I mentioned, they carried 4:52 for that fourth and final quarter. And that pretty much ended the match right then and there.
Here's Joe Raniger, plays it to the side of the goal. Chance for Scott McDaniel. Held by Robbie Goff. Into the corner, trying to jam it free. And Westcote able to play it for the attack and waits to organize. 4:26 to go in the first quarter. Ambush still up by 1 and 4-3.
Scott McDaniel is doing a lot of work in the corner. Back to the goal. He needs somebody to get open and show for him. Brings the ball on his feet.
Here's Huniak now, trying to send it to score! Jeff Rogers alone in front, and just like that, the attack had the lead. 5-4, Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City goes on top because of the ability of Gordon Huniak to keep the ball and draw players in the process. Looks up, lays it across the face of the goal to the open number 7, Jeff Rogers. He puts the attack on top by a score of 5-4. Scored by Rogers, created by Huniak.
Huniak has 2 assists. Rogers' a second playoff goal, and the Ambush, who led 4-0, have given up 5 straight, and now down by a goal. Here's Kevin Hundelt, leaves it free. In for a streaking Klein. It's loose along the near side, and Klein takes over. John Klein, who scored the second goal, drops it for Daryl Duran. Shoots one. That's off the leg. It's high in the air. Headed down by Tayshaun Trent. Duran steals, shoots it off the side of his foot, and up into the stands.
Ambush really not having an opportunity now that Kansas City has got the back on top of keeping the ball at all. So consequently, they're trailing out by 1 point.
1995-96 season tickets available. Call 241-GOAL. It's only a $25 deposit, and you can call during the week. The Ambush office for season tickets for next year. And the attack takeover. Westcote pounds it into the corner. Tayshaun Trent takes control. He led the league in penalty minutes this year. Drops it back along the near side, and Eddie Carmine takes over. He spoiled a St. Louis playoff bid a couple of years ago with an overtime game winner, losing possession, and St. Louis take over. Eichmann, watched by Wade, plays it near side. Eichmann knocked down, a foul against the attack, and St. Louis will restart.
Clearly a penalty against Eric Eichmann as he's fouled by Wes Wade, but the referee stands there, watches it, and rewards only a dead ball.
Here's St. Louis trying to work it for Moser into the corner, but right to Westcote, who plays it down the right side. In towards the St. Louis goal. It is Jeff Rogers who scored the last goal, but Daryl Duran takes it away. Haynes steals. Works in. Daryl Duran trying to make a play. Rogers shoots one. And boy, he is scissored down by Hundelt. He picks him up. Good scoring chance for Kansas City. And tonight's Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems Trivia Quiz. which is brought to you by Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems. Which St. Louis indoor soccer franchise has won a league championship? Very interesting question, Bill. We'll let you know after the break if or who that team was. And St. Louis will take over. It is Swanner able to play it up the left side. Ambush take over. Here is Hundelt. Races into the corner for big Greg Zurich. Former college place kicker. Knocked down and a break for Rogers in the midfield. But Chris Kenny beautifully breaks it up in the midfield. However, play continues. Goran Hunyak in against the defense. Watched by St. Louis. And then it looks like Chris Kenny knocked down. No foul, and play will continue on the near side. And Kuntz on the rolling pass from Swanner. Eludes a man. In on goal, as we saw earlier that play. And a foul again against, it looks like this time, against the attack, and St. Louis will restart.
Now here's an excellent opportunity on this dead ball situation to immediately get back in the game, in particular from this spot on the field.
And Kevin Hundelt will set it up for St. Louis. Ambush down 5-4. Hundelt leaves it for Reiniger. In plays Hundelt on the give and go. Loose in front, and Westcote able to play it and sails it up the left side. Swanner way out to play it and clear right back to the yellow line. Long looking pass. Swanner gets an elbow on Tayshaun Trett. And let's see if Swanner's going to get called on that play. Tayshaun Trett's the player last night who really nailed Mike Lepocian. He's out tonight.
Jamie Swanner called for a foul on that particular play as the Kansas City attack saw an excellent opportunity with Swanner off his line just to send it long, and they won the ball in the process in a dead ball situation.
A wall defense for St. Louis. Here's the pass. Wade shoots. Oh! And Swanner, a dazzling stop, and the play cleared away. Jamie Swanner with a terrific save. Another chance for Robbie Goffin, blocked down, but it's whistled down. Oh, Jamie Swanner with a dazzler.
Absolutely fabulous save from Swanner. Kansas City really trying to take this game to the ambush now with quick dead ball situations.
Here's Haynes, a shot, and Swanner another save. Two great scoring chances, and we'll take a look at the first one. Swanner playing great.
Haynes jumps over it. Wade hammers it. A fabulous save by Jamie Swanner, but wait, there's still more to come. Haynes hammers another one, and Swanner turns this one away. Those are both in the goal for an average goalkeeper.
17-5, the ambush outshot, but leading in this game. Here's a shot blocked away. Another chance for Haynes wide. Tayshaun Trett a shot, that's also blocked. And the ambush having problems now. However, it's cleared for Reiniger. Left side for Kuntz. In against the defense, couldn't get a good shot off. It ricochets into the corner, and Westcote, oh, he knocks down an ambush player and pushing and shoving into the corner. And I think at least a foul in the play against the attack. And boy, what do we have here? Fisticuffs here to the corner with Kuntz. And Tayshaun Trett, we get a ball into the corner. The ambush players are not happy with the way Tayshaun Trett just leveled Lepocian. Oh, he kicks Steve Kuntz, and there's more into the corner.
Ejection, immediate ejection. Now, if the referees do not eject lead Tayshaun Trett, there is something dramatically wrong here. Let's see what they do. I'm very interested in seeing what they do. Gary Huber's talking to him as if he's going to talk some sense into him. Let's see what he does.
You know, the ambush players are very upset about lead Tayshaun Trett. He took out Mike Lepocian last night. He was out for a while, and the players are very upset about that.
Now, with all this being said, Steve Kuntz was certainly not angelic in this particular situation.
No.
He started to play with a really high foot. Let's see what transpires here.
Tayshaun Trett with the jersey pulled off, and he wound up and took a swipe with the leg on the ambush player. But we'll take a look at it, how it started.
Now, here's what precipitated that. That is really a high foot. A high foot. Wow, that's by number 3, Steve Kuntz. He's hit the back of the head by Ian Fraser. Now the referee comes over. Steve talks over with Ian Fraser. Now Tayshaun Trett, as is his way, has to get involved in it. Pulling him by the neck. Steve Kuntz obviously doesn't care for that. Kuntz certainly no one is stand back from anyone. Now, this is far from being over. Watch Tayshaun Trett at the very conclusion of this play. You think that it's all over. Ian Fraser tries to pull him away. Steve knows that some more nastiness is going to occur, and there it is right there. That is an immediate ejection. If it doesn't occur, the referees are terribly, dramatically remiss, and they're not doing their job.
This is a guy that set a record this year for penalty minutes, 88 during the regular year, and
What,
has a reputation.
You wonder why?
Well, no doubt about it. And he's supposed to use that leg for kicking a soccer ball, not other players, right?
Now, this whole thing was started because of that wild high foot by Steve Kuntz. Let's make no mistake about that. But the end result of it was absolute nonsense.
And he was going to get called. We knew that.
Oh, yeah.
And as
It was a
mentioned,
given.
Tayshaun Trett came in, and that's where the additional altercation took place here in Kansas City. We're going to take another look at that high foot into the Kansas City end on Westcote.
Steve Kuntz has no business going in with his foot that high against anybody, including the goalkeeper. Ian Fraser hit Steve in the back of the head, and that's what really got it going there. But then Tayshaun Trett had to come over and get involved in it.
Obviously, Kuntz is getting a penalty here. There's 2 minutes up on the board. We'll see the call on Tayshaun Trett in a moment. A lot of discussion along the near side.
And this is another thing about this particular situation. What is it, a meeting of Congress? Get on with it. Make the decision. It's fairly easy, and let's continue with the game.
Zoran Savic looking on. Tayshaun Trett along the far side. And a number of the ambush players were talking about elbows, potential plays that they would be able to get shots in on Tayshaun Trett. We'll see what develops here in just a moment.
Well, we look at the referees there. Number 14, Gary Huber, along with number 30, Alan Shepard. And believe me, he's not the astronaut.
It sounded like Kuntz also received a game misconduct. The only penalty now that's on the board is 2 minutes against Kuntz, up on the scoreboard at this particular point. We're getting the calls here.
After all these misconducts are served, you have to remember they cannot come back until there's a guaranteed substitution, so there's no telling how long they can be on the bench.
Brian Haynes, Taylor for Lee Tayshaun Trett on the far side. And a lot of excitement in indoor soccer. Very physical fans sometimes don't realize how physical this sport is. Very rarely you'll see an altercation with a fist flying. Very unusual, but it's happened a couple of times this year.
Well, we understand that, Mike, and it is a given that indoor soccer is physical, but it's incumbent upon the referees to take control.
Here's Hunyak, who scores! Gordon Hunyak on the shootout, and that was because of the minor penalty against St. Louis and Steve Kuntz for that high kick. And that's why the attack now have a 6-4 lead. Jamie Swanner not happy about the whole scene here in Kansas City.
Here's that shootout attempt, and successfully executed by Gordon Hunyak. He puts the attack on top by a score of 6-4.
Well, the scoring play, Kansas City will still have a power play. They've not officially announced all those penalties from earlier, so Tayshaun Trett is still in the box. It looks like he has not been completely ejected from this game, though. At least he's in the box right now.
An ejection, and along with perhaps probably an indictment.
You would think, right?
Well, this guy, it never ceases with him. It never ceases. It continues to be the same, if not worse, in every game in which he plays.
That was a shootout goal for Kunyak. The ambush now trails 6-4. And a power play coming up, at least it appears, into midfield. We're still announcing and trying to sort out all the penalty situations, and it looks like we'll start from midfield with Kansas City leading 6-4.
6-4 with just 1:39 remaining, and Daryl Duran pretty much knew this was coming. By that I mean everyone going to be running wildly for the Kansas City attack, running right at the ambush players.
Lead Tayshaun Trett, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct and a 5-minute misconduct. Kuntz 5-minute major misconduct also, and an unsportsmanlike penalty against Kuntz. So that actually adds up 7 apiece. We're still trying to correct that here in Kansas City. Kuntz gets the extra penalty on that play. 7 minutes against Kuntz, 5 against Tayshaun Trett for the major misconduct calls.
And that's Gary Huber still trying to rationalize his decision away.
Well, the ambush trailing. At one point they led 4-0. 6 straight goals by Kansas City. They badly outshot St. Louis in this game so far. And of course, all of the activities Boy, are these players fired up for this game. Kansas City realizing if they're down 2-0, they're going to be in a very, very difficult situation. It's do or die for them almost tonight. 9 minutes for Kuntz and Tayshaun Trent. 7 on those cards.
Yeah, the playoff system, as we touched upon when we first came on the air, Mike, is indeed different this year. This National Division Final Series is best 3 out of 5 as opposed to last year, it was best 2 out of 3, and the overall championship series is best 4 out of 7.
And a chance now for Kansas City, and here is Haynes dropping it back to the near side. Ketter's on the right wing boards for Wes Wade, able to play it free on the near side. It's a 4-3 power play for the attack. The St. Louis players. Here's Wade, heads it into the corner. Hundell trying to play it free. Hundell, Duran, and Kenny, the only 3 ambush up. Players out as Haynes down. Plays it free to the near side. Free in Frazier. Into the corner. Chance for Hudak. Blocked away. Moves to the side of the goal, and St. Louis take over, and Duran just plays it out. 55 seconds left in that extra penalty against Steve Kuntz, and Kansas City take over. Frazier leaves it free on the opposite side. Now at the yellow line. Holding on. Able to play a pass around the opposite side. Frazier chips for Haynes. Back to the near side for Ian Frazier. Taps a pass in for Haynes. Plays it for Wade. Centers, but beautifully broken up by Kevin Hundell and outside towards midfield.
Well, Hundell forcing the Kansas City attack offensive players to rush their decisions.
Here is Ketter, shoots one, and that's it. The buzzer sounds, signaling the end of the quarter. The ambush at one point led 4-0. 6 consecutive points by the attack in a wild first quarter here from Kansas City. A 6-4 attack lead, and we will be back with our second quarter in just a moment. That? It's okay. I'm drinking a lot of water.
Tom, I thought I was going to be doing a solo up here a moment ago.
Got better, though, didn't it?
Yeah, remarkable. You went to Lourdes.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let me tell you something. Any other soccer league, any place in the world, when you kick somebody who's down on the ground, you are immediately gone. Look at this. Absolutely. I'm going to light these guys up even more, Tom. Should I continue to harangue on them, or should I all right, leave it alone. Okay. Okay, I'll leave it alone. I think I gave him enough.
Thank you very much.
We're going to welcome Jerry and Cheryl Furman and John and Sue Reedy. They listen to the Rock 1985 and want the opportunity to be the couch potatoes of the night. Listen to the Rock to find out if you can win. Thanks to the Rock for sponsoring this unique promotion and Coverdale Furniture for supplying the couch. Once again, I warn you, do not let Fuzzy hear your food.
All right, Mike, we'll flip-flop it this time. I'll ask you the question.
Okay.
All right.
From Kemper Arena in Kansas City, a wild first quarter 6-4 attack over the St. Louis ambush.
As we look at Jamie Swanner going back in the goal, wondering just exactly what happened. Let's take a look at our trivia question, which we posed in the first quarter. Which St. Louis indoor soccer franchise has won a league championship, Mike Barrick?
While our crew of Tim Pabst and Tom Williamson did a great job of tricking the viewers, there has never been an indoor soccer franchise championship in St. Louis. The Ambush looking to become the first team to win a national title. The St. Louis Steamers, the St. Louis Storm, there's never been a championship team in St. Louis.
So there should have been an asterisk on the question. A trick question.
Yes. Well, of course, earlier, Jamie Swanner, who has faced 18 shots in the first quarter. What a save on that shot, and one of 9 saves for him, 18 total shots in the game.
Well, he led the league in that overall department with 626 saves. All year long, he responded to shots exactly in that particular fashion.
And a total of 14 fouls in the first quarter, 7 apiece, including that mini brawl earlier in that first quarter.
Including a Pier 6.
No doubt. And wild 10 goals scored, and this is what it's all about. And we're only through 1 here in Kansas City, Bill, so we'll be in for quite a game here in the remaining 3 quarters of play.
The player to the right is number 15 now, Lee Tishan-Tret, who formerly wore number 14 in the altercation. That was literally ripped from his body. Alongside of him is the Creighton University graduate, Keith DeFeeney.
And of course, Bill, if you were the referee tonight, Mr. Tishan-Tret would not be watching from that position. He'd be watching the television monitor as well.
It's very simple. In any other soccer league, any place in the world, when you kick somebody who's laying on the ground already, you're simply sent off the field.
All right, here we go. Second quarter, 6-4 in favor of Kansas City. Daryl Duran concerned, I'm sure, after his team had that 4-zip advantage. And Wes Wade leaves it on the opposite side. Here is Goran Hunyak into the corner. Wade centers. Oh, and it's just tipped wide. Great scoring chance for Hunyak on the opposite side, and a break for Hundelt. In on goal. Eludes Westbrook. He shoots, scores! How about that? A breakaway goal for Kevin Hundelt, and the Ambush have tied the game at 6-all.
With, may I add, 3 people on the field. Great work out of the back by Kevin Hundelt. Eludes Warren Westcoat, rebounds it off the boards to himself, and simply side foots it into the open net to tie it up at 6 apiece. The end result of that same play one more time. Hundelt out of the back, beats Warren Westcoat, slides it home for an equalizer.
Hundelt at 27 goals during the regular year, has 2 in this game, and Jamie Swanner picks up an assist and a 6-all tie, 18 seconds in to the corner. Another long shot, they score! How about that from midfield? It looks like Hundelt again, the hat trick, and they're all up congratulating number 9, who scores from the midfield.
Kevin Hundelt, how many more is he going to get? An absolutely beautifully struck ball out of the backfield, well out of the backfield by number 9, Kevin Hundelt. Rolls to him, he strikes it first time, eludes Warren Westcoat as he attempts to go back, flights it well over his head. Number 9, Kevin Hundelt. Watch it one more time. Klein leaves it for it. He curls it over the head of Warren Westcoat. He recorded 27 goals and 49 assists for 106 points this particular season, and he records a hat trick at 29 seconds of the second quarter.
And the Ambush have an 8-6 lead, just like that. 18 seconds and then 29 seconds, and Eichmann breaks down the right side. Boy, he's knocked flying into the corner by Haynes, and he's along the boards. He looks to be hurt as Haynes leveled him on the opposite side, and Matt Cummins out to a 10 to the Ambush player. No assist. It looks like it was an unassisted goal earlier by Hundelt, but Eric Eichmann, who's been a real find here in the second half of the season, just leveled by Haynes.
Watch that particular play as number 13, Brian Haynes, from behind pushes Eric Eichmann into the boards. How much more of this nonsense are they going to watch?
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a tough area, obviously, because of along the boards. You get that push there. Not any room for Eric Eichmann, and he is still down and being attended by Matt Cummins. Eric Eichmann acquired. He had 13 games played towards the end of the year at 23 points and is up slowly along the far side. Ted Drew's Frozen Custard is the proud sponsor of the ambush ball toss program. After each ambush goal, the player who scores the goal tosses a commemorative soft soccer ball to a lucky ambush fan. The ambush ball toss program is compliments of Ted Drew's Frozen Custard. Visit Ted Drew's Chippewa location for great frozen custard year-round. And the youngsters enjoy that in St. Louis, and they're enjoying it. And, of course, all the fans, including Santa Claus, enjoying the action.
He's here at the wrong time of year.
Well, a chance now for St. Louis. Evidently a penalty against Haynes. And as a result, a shootout chance for Reiniger. In, stop, rebound, Westcoat, the save. Reiniger complaining about it. And we'll see if there'll be an additional call here. Reiniger feels that Westcoat came out and may have knocked him flying. No call, no goal, and no scoring chance.
Here's a save by Warren Westcoat against Joe Reiniger. Is he right in his criticism of the call? You make the decision. Number 21, Warren Westcoat makes the first save. Is he out over his line? Number 21, Joe Reiniger questions it. However, Joe just keeps playing the ball.
Well, Brian Haynes picks up that call, and the attack now will have a power play, but St. Louis now will take over Hundelt for the ambush. Actually, it was actually just an unsportsmanlike call. That's why they'll only have the one shootout chance. No power play for St. Louis. Well, yeah, he does have the penalty against the St. Louis with the man advantage. An unsportsmanlike conduct call at 45 seconds, and St. Louis has possession. Durant into the corner, plays it for Maurer. He is knocked off the play and cleared by Kansas City right back into midfield.
Kevin Hundelt now going back, simply taking his time. English with a decent, clear-cut scoring opportunities in this play upfield.
And St. Louis control. Maurer able to play it free, broken up at the last moment. Wade, a sliding tackle by Kevin Hundelt in midfield. He scored 3 goals and makes a terrific defensive play there.
Kevin Hundelt, one of the 4 players who recorded over 100 points for the ambush in this particular year. He had 49 assists. He's really no stranger in that particular category, but he added 27 goals as well this year.
And another statistic, 74 blocks to lead the team. So a very valuable performer in all aspects, and defensively, as mentioned, with 74 blocks for St. Louis.
Second team defender this year in the all NPSL team.
Here's a chance now for Maurer, but Westcoat able to get a piece of it and then able to play it into midfield. Broken out by Hundelt, eludes a man, leads for Duran, into center and drops it back for Hundelt on the opposite side. 8-6 St. Louis, and Reiniger plays a pass into the corner. Chance for St. Louis. Moser, he is taken out of the play, and Westcoat rolls it up the left side.
Kansas City realizing full well that Mark Moser last night recorded 6 goals for another 3 assists. They're really giving him no time on the ball at all.
Well, a St. Louis player knocked down, but Kansas City will take over to the near side. Chance for Brian Watson. His shot off the leg of Hundelt and wide. Eichmann plays off the boards beautifully, so he's all right after taking that big hit from Haynes earlier on the far board. And Westcoat will play it for Kansas City. A big left-footed drive towards the goal. Swider out to play it, although it probably would have gone wide. 20 seconds left in the Haynes minor penalty. And Hundelt plays it into midfield and drops it back for Durant. On the opposite wing for Joe Reiniger. A pass into the corner for Dick Maurer. Heads it down for St. Louis. Maurer back for Daryl Durant. Durant in for Hundelt with the hat trick so far. Into the corner, Maurer centers. Oh, and it just missed. Nobody home. That's into the penalty. Teams at even strength at center. However, Haynes breaks out for Kansas City with a streaking player, Lofton. Haynes moving in. Chris Kenny stays with him. Kenny trying to make a play. Haynes maintains, and Chris Kenny beautifully able to tackle him and clears it on the opposite wing. And a stop on the far boards. What a play by Chris Kenny, one-on-one against Brian Haynes. Well, St. Louis Ambush Soccer is brought to you by General American Life Insurance Company, an innovative leader in life and health insurance for individuals and groups. General American Family of Financial Services Company. There's a chance now in front of the goal, and it's deflects wide towards Swanner, and he holds on. General American, products to value, people to trust. And it appears we'll have a stop and another penalty on the play, this time into the St. Louis territory.
This time against Steve Tritchu, who was running back to attempt to get close to Wes Wade, pushes him down in a process. And number 11, Steve Tritchu, whistled up for the penalty.
And a shootout chance for Jeff Rogers. And this has been a physical game. Tripping is the call. 4:23 of the time. Steve Tritchu for St. Louis, and Jeff Rogers will go on the shootout for Kansas City. Here he comes. Rogers in. Stops. Shoots it wide. Gets his own rebound. He also missed. That's got to do it. Another chance. Seemed like there were 7 or 8 seconds which elapsed. No scoring play for Jeff Rogers. What do you think of that haircut?
I wish I had the hair with which to get a haircut. Jeff Rogers again going at Jamie Swanner, pushing it wide, trying to run onto his own rebound, but you can be assured doing all that work. 5 seconds was up long ago.
And we'll take a look at out-of-town American Conference final game in Harrisburg Heat, defeating last year's championship team Cleveland 17-7 and have a 1-0 lead in that series. Here is West Coast Blazer, headed down by St. Louis, and here comes the defender Klein. He's knocked off the ball. Kunyak also taken out of the play. A stop and a restart for Kansas City. The attack, by the way, 0 for 2 on the power play so far. And a chance now for Wade. Wraps it back to the yellow line, and Kansas City take over. Frazier loops it towards the St. Louis defense and headed down by Klein into midfield. Haynes, however, leads a pass on the near side. Break now for Kansas City. Ketters knocked off the ball beautifully by Daryl Duran. Also over there, Klein. Good defensive plays by St. Louis. And Swanner plays it free. Total of a minute 16 left in the penalty. Ambush shorthanded. Big Maurer for St. Louis against 2 defenders. Stopped, and it looks like Haynes is whistled for the foul and a restart for St. Louis.
Steve Maurer did his job of showing up as the target person and then winning the ball and keeping it and drawing the foul in the process.
And St. Louis will set it up, although they're a man short. Hundelt with 3 goals in this game, including 2 with an 11-second span here in the second quarter. And Swanner with a big left foot plays it into the corner for Maurer. Duran after it also moves to the far corner. Mad scramble again, and another foul on the play, and also against the attack. So some breaks for St. Louis, although they're shorthanded.
First team all NPSL defender is number 4, Ian Frazier, the captain of this Kansas City attack team.
Daryl Duran will set up for St. Louis. He had 7 points in the opening game of the playoff series against the Detroit Rockers, and will play it for St. Louis. Pass in front. A shot going wide for the short side, and a break down towards the St. Louis end of the field on the opposite side. Pass for Ketters. Oh, Swanner gets an arm on that and cleared away, but not out. Chance for Wade, and he sails it about way up into the stands towards the middle level and thrown back up towards the field. He misfired on the close scoring chance for the attack.
Great recovery by Jamie Swanner one more time. That ball should have easily been put away by Kevin Ketters.
And Swanner will take over with 10-10 to go in the quarter. Ambush actually having more scoring chances shorthanded on this Kansas City man advantage opportunity. 10:03 to go in the quarter. Shots on goal. 19-10 in the game in favor of Kansas City. 5-1 ambush. We're in the second quarter. And a chance now on the opposite side. Haynes plays it for Kansas City. Near side for Wade at the yellow line. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. Kansas City trying to play it for Wade. In against the defense towards the St. Louis box. Works in against the defense, plays it towards Frazier. To the near side for Wade. Shoots. Duran gets a leg on it. Loose in front. Who's got it? Finally Swanner falls on top. Throws a pass for a streaking Hundelt. Haynes there to stay with him. Hundelt knocked down. Looks like a foul on the play. However, this time against Hundelt, and Kansas City will take over. Here's Wade now doing the attack. That's it. The ambush has killed off that penalty. Wade shoots. Kenny gets a leg on it.
City just running wildly everywhere with and without the ball, going right at the ambush defenders. They're still in this game by the slightest of margin. They only trail by 2 points, but what Darryl thought was going to happen is exactly happening.
And Swiner will take over for St. Louis. Just hurls it all the way down, hits Zurich in the head, loose to the corner, and St. Louis take over. Here's Klein moving in. Walk through the defense, drops it back for Duran, loose to the corner. Zurich now trying to play it free. Here's big Greg Zurich moving in. Wired late in the season, plays for Klein. Back for Zurich and cleared away up in the midfield. And stopped and more pushing and shoving. And Greg Zurich feels he was elbowing the corner perhaps, but Kansas City will take over.
Well, 8:19 remaining in the first half, and it seems like we've already played 2 hours.
Boy, it has been something else here. Here's Longden now in against the defense, plays on the opposite side. Into the corner now. Chris Kenny plays it for St. Louis. 8:04 to go in the quarter. Kenny gets away from a couple of defenders, trying to make a play. Loose on the opposite side. Kansas City take over.
The ambush did last night. Michael Pitt will go forward. They lost a lot of balls in the backfield, and that's why Kansas City stayed in the game so long.
Here's Carmine in for Lapkin. Play across on the opposite side, but broken up by the ambush and Kevin Quirk. Sails it free for St. Louis and Kevin Hunda. Knocks it down, plays it across in front. Zurich trying to make a play, but towards the goal. Westcote out to play it for Kansas City. And a lead, sailing pass for there's the man, Teshon Trek. Not well liked by the ambush players. Playing along the far side, Wade. Klein gets a leg on that. Here's Wade again, at the top of the arc. Drops it beautifully along the opposite side. And it's shot by Carmine, blocked by Klein. And a break the other way. And Zurich for St. Louis just plays it back, and St. Louis will slow it up. Just over 7 minutes to go in the quarter. 8-6. Ambush.
Another giveaway out of the backfield by the ambush. They're losing in the process.
Here's a pass for Eric Eichmann. In across the line. 3-man break for St. Louis. Eichmann passing it free for Zurich into the corner. Lofton stays with him. And Big Zurich, who started the season with a Dayton Dynamo of the NPSL. Knocked off the ball, but foul this time against the attack. St. Louis will start it out.
Zurich, Bauer, Moser, we've talked about this before. Really goals true in a game like this. Their runners are back to the goal. They're comfortable. It's going to take a lot of punishment in the process, but a win dead ball situation exactly like this one.
Darryl Duran, 32 years of age. He turned 32 March 29th. Able to play it into the corner. Pass in front, knocked away. Duran now, back to Eichmann. Shot off the leg of a Kansas City defender. The St. Louis ambush with an 8-6 lead and a wild one from Kemper. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
And once again, folks, we will see you back this Sunday, April 9th at 2 o'clock p.m. as your attack takes on the St. Louis Ambush in Game 3 of the National Division Finals. You can purchase your tickets for this game right now at the advanced ticket window located on Game 3.
Ambush an 8-6 lead in the division finals, and Bill, this is what it's all about. Indoor soccer, a little nachos, and a lot of wide open play, and a lot of excitement.
Plenty of that tonight. 6:31 remaining. The ambush on top 8-6. A lot of people after last night's 40-22 drubbing thought this would happen. By that I mean a low-scoring game, and that's exactly what has occurred so far.
And now we're back to action. Glad you've joined us here from the Kemper Arena. We want to thank Prime Sports and also Bug Sports for helping to put this broadcast together. The first live telecast in the St. Louis Ambush franchise history, produced in St. Louis. And St. Louis take over Durant. Able to play it free to the corner. Moser knocked down. No call. And play continues along the far side. And now up in the midfield, Kansas City will take over for Hunyak on the opposite wing. Plays it free towards the near wing where Armin plays it for Kansas City. In against Tripchu. Armin moves it on goal. Swat out the play. Wants the push beautifully. And it's great for Jamie Swanner. He's great along the boards.
That's on goal in that second quarter. 7 for the attack, 6 for the ambush.
Last night, Mike, the ambush are successful on 20 of 60 shots. 60 shots. Meanwhile, Kansas City makes 11 of 64.
And now a chance for the attack. Shot by Ketters. And Swanner gets a piece of that and deflects it up into the stands. He has been scintillating tonight. Of course, Soccer Master is the World Cup of soccer shops, your headquarters for the #1 name in soccer, Adidas. Adidas, the official supplier of the NPSL, is available at all your local Soccer Master locations. As Daryl Duran rushes down the left side, shoots. He hits the left post, I believe, on a scoring chance.
That was a fabulous run by Darryl out of the back. A blistering shot just went wide of that far post.
And Kansas City cleared it free. To see the full line of Adidas equipment, call 1-800-926-9287 for Soccer Master's full header catalog. Daryl Duran stopped earlier, actually jammed it off the post, but St. Louis take over again. Here's Klein. In on goal. An attack player knocked out. Another penalty, this time against St. Louis.
Mark Moser fouls number 9, Gordon Hunyak, and in the process he'll serve 2 minutes. Tripping foul, lifted up by referee Gary Huber. And number 15, Mark Moser goes to the penalty box.
Moser gets called at 9:57, a tripping penalty. And Bill, normally, you don't see as many penalties as we've seen in this game here tonight. So traditionally, you don't have a lot of power plays in the NPSL.
Exactly the opposite is true here this evening, Mike. 5:03 remaining in this first half, and Gordon Hunyak now with a chance to draw his team within 1.
8-6 St. Louis. Hunyak will take over for Kansas City. 3 consecutive 100-point years for Hunyak. He played for the Baltimore Spirit last year. Acquired by this Kansas City attack this season for John Perry. Shoots. Swanner gets an arm on it, and he didn't have enough time to go for the rebound. He looks up and complains he didn't even try to go for that second chance.
Gordon Hunyak walking around questioning referees as to when the clock started, when did it stop. I don't know what's going on. Evidently the referee said play it and get on with it. He takes a shot. Swanner just gets his left hand to it, sends it wide. But Hunyak unsatisfied with direction given to him by the referees.
One difference in hockey when you have a penalty shot. In this case, you get 5 seconds, so if you miss a chance, you can try again. Here's Hunyak, shot blocked away, and clear to the near wing. Third power play for Kansas City, and they are 0 for 3 in this game.
Gordon Hunyak led this club in scoring at a total of 181 points, Mike, so you always have to be careful of him, especially when he has the ball at his feet.
Here's another chance reflected up high and towards the Kansas City defense. Haynes drops it to the near wing for Ian Frazier on the crossfield pass for Haynes. 8-6 St. Louis. Ambush trying to kill off this Kansas City power play. Once again, Haynes now on the far side. Just watched by Duran and drops it back. So the Ambush keeping the attack on the perimeter. Duran breaks it up, plays it, and Steve Kuntz knocks it all the way down out of harm's way.
Continual pressure on the offense of the Kansas City attack. No diving in, waiting for the opportunity to strike at a player's feet.
Left way into the corner. Haynes shoots. Swanner to save it. They score. Kevin Ketters on the rebound. It's 8. Well, they have an 8-8 score here. I believe it's 8-7. Nevertheless, the scoring play and the attack nail one home.
Well, more often than not, Mike, when you're short-handed or when you're even, when you give up a rebound, you're going to pay the price. Brian Haynes looks up, steps a shot, does so. Swanner makes the initial save. And running on to the rebound is number 17, Kevin Ketters, to draw his team to within one. Swanner did his job, made the initial save, but remember they're short-handed, and Ketters runs on to the rebound for a 7th point from the attack.
8 goal for Ketters, 10:47 the time. It's 8-7 because of the power play. Kansas City getting only 1 point.
Right, they were unsuccessful on the shootout attempt as well.
And a chance now for Haynes as Kansas City trying to tie this game and actually take the lead. Here's Haynes, shoots off the backboard and wide. However, it's controlled by the attack. Carney trying to center one, broken up the defense, and a break for for Steve Mauer. Into the Kansas City end. Haynes able to play it away for the moment. However, McDaniel in for Mauer, shoots and deflected away. Loose into the corner. Big tumble over there. Kevin for St. Louis afterwards. Restart, and St. Louis will control into the corner to the right of the Kansas City goalkeeper, Warren Westcoat.
Daryl Duran wants a timeout with 3:40 remaining in this second quarter to talk things over.
Well, of course, the ambush with this 8-7 advantage. We talked about St. Louis never winning a championship in the NPSL, looking for the victory here tonight and try and move into the finals. Don't forget ambush merchandise available. Great colors. Keel Center Slapshot store by calling 241-GOAL. Hats, t-shirts, the jerseys. Great merchandise and available, of course, with home games upcoming at Keel.
You're exactly right, Mike. If you have the opportunity to get down to a game early, you have an ample opportunity to walk in there and check things out as Daryl Duran talks it over with the assistant coach, Ike Beavis, who is gesturing with his hand there. But Mike, how about that result in the other division? The Harrisburg Heat, led by St. Louis and Jim Callahan, continue to impress, especially in the playoffs, as we look at the assistant coach, Ike Beavis, who, as we talked about before, is a very valuable member of his coaching staff. While Daryl's playing on the field, he continues to keep things active. He operates the bench. He really does a lot at the practice sessions as well.
And of course, there is a look from behind Daryl Duran, who's helped by Ike Beavis. Of course, the ambush with Ike Beavis able to maneuver with very quick, short shifts. A number of different players on line combinations for St. Louis. There's a pass in front, and Moser couldn't get a piece of it. Westcoat does, and able to work out for Kansas City.
That ball there was a good, quick, early ball from Daryl Duran to Steve Mauer. Steve didn't have the opportunity to strike it first half, but just redirect. The ball was played to him too quickly, too hard, as he had to receive it.
And now Kansas City play it. However, Mauer breaks it up, tries to headman for Moser. Broken up with the defense. The play is slowed down a bit. It's been very wide open at times in this game. And the lead pass towards midfield, broken up by Joe Ranigan. Now on the opposite side, flying for St. Louis. Drops it for Kevin Hundel, and he plays a pass into the corner for Mark Moser. Here's Moser for St. Louis. Holding on. Stops, moves it on goal. Shoots, he just missed, going for the far post. And Kansas City breaks 2-on-2 in towards the St. Louis defense. Here's Wade with Tayshaun Trent. Hundel stays with him, trying to clear it away. Duran does clear it, but not out. Wade holds it in. Plays it for Ian Frazier. Stops, shoots. That is high off the glass and cleared away by St. Louis and cleared by Hundel into midfield. However, Ketters storms up towards the St. Louis arc. Moving it on goal. Drops a pass for Carmine. Into the corner it goes. The pass in front. They score! Corin Huniak on the give and go. And with 2:19 to go in the quarter, just like that. 9-8 Kansas City.
Will Corin Huniak once again proves the old Sonder adage that the player running off the ball without the ball is perhaps most important. Here's an excellent example of just that. A 1-2 off the feet of number 17, Kevin Ketters. He plays the give and go perfectly back to Gordon Huniak, who puts it past J.B. Swanner. That's very difficult, if not impossible, to defend against, Mike. The old 1-2, taking out two players in the process.
Huniak, 2 assists. He now scores for Kansas City. The guy they look to all season long. He was second in team scoring last year for Baltimore. Led the attack this year and has been dominant as the offensive leader for Kansas City. The attack has a 1-goal lead. And the attack take over again. Here's Robbie Buck moving free. Stops, plays it back to the near side. set it up for Kansas City. West Wade stops, leaves it for Haynes. His shot blocked by a St. Louis defender. And cleared the ball out. It was Maurer who was able to break it up. And Maurer clears but not out. Haynes takes over at the top of the arc. Moving in against Eichmann. Haynes shoots. Eichmann gets a leg on it. It's headed down by the attack and clear to the near wing.
Good defending there by Eric. He didn't dive in against Brian Haynes when Haynes had the ball at his feet.
And a look at Eddie Carmaine, the defender for Kansas City. St. Louis trailing 9-8. And Trayshawn Trent along the far side. Involved in that altercation earlier. Trying to play it free for Wade. In against the defense, but a beautiful defensive play by Steve Trinchu. What a defensive effort.
And that's what to do in that particular play. Don't try to receive it and keep it. That's what you like to, simply clear it.
Kansas City out shooting St. Louis 14-6 in this quarter. They have the lead at 9-8. And St. Louis clear it. Broken up by the defender, Eddie Carmaine. However, it is Zurich for St. Louis to break it up. Mad scramble on the far side, and Big Zurich, who takes a ton of punishment, knocked along the boards, and St. Louis will start it up.
Greg Zurich getting through a lot of work this evening, and he will be called upon to do that throughout this entire physically difficult series.
Here's a play in front of the goal. Over the West Coast. The save with a St. Louis player loose in front and cleared on the opposite side. I believe it was Quirk on that scoring chance. And St. Louis again played in the midfield. 9-8 Kansas City. The lead pass ahead broken up. And Hunyak knocked down by Eichmann. And then St. Louis Duran plays it off the head of Hunyak into the corner. Duran plays it back. Swider the save. He jumps up in the air to elude the forward Rogers and then waits to organize for his own defense.
Pretty wild pass back from Darryl to Jamie Swanner. That was simply put up in the air. Guess who?
And you hope it doesn't go in, right? Here's a lead pass ahead for St. Louis and Greg Everett. Hunyak able to just jam it off the boards in midfield. And St. Louis take over. In the corner it goes. Chance in front. Save on the West Coast by the chance for St. Louis and Trinchu. Now Rogers the other way. In scores! Earlier, Trinchu denied and right back because of that. And Brent develops on a counterattack and Kansas City up 11-8.
Well, the ambush defenders caught up, as you so accurately pointed out, Mike, on that particular play. The ball rebounds to a rushing number 7, Jeff Rogers. He's in behind every defender. Darryl Duran attempts to run onto it, but he slots it through the legs. But as you can see, only 3 seconds remaining in this first half.
Big scoring play for Rogers. As mentioned, 3 seconds left. Ian Fraser on the assist after Westcote made a great save on Steve Trinchu. And as a result, the ambush down by 3 and a big late goal here in this quarter.
Yeah, Warren Westcote made that play with a fabulous save.
Well, that's where we stand. The fans here in Kansas City excited because the attack have a 3-point lead. However, it's anybody's game after 2 quarters of play. 11-8 in favor of Kansas City, and we'll be back with our halftime activities in just a moment.
Thank you very much, Bill. And alongside is the player coach of the...
Okay. Tom, I'm with you here. I'm with you. This is a piece with Darryl that Mike did earlier, correct?
Is that what's happening right now?
Okay. Okay.
What's happening? This is the first thing?
Oh. Okay. We're back at Kemp Arena. It's halftime where the home team, the Kansas City Attack, lead the visiting St. Louis Ambush by a score of 11-8. Hello again, everybody. Bill McDermott back with you here at halftime. You know, the object of a player coach in this NPSL is certainly not a rarity. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few players who do just that. At the top of the list is the St. Louis Ambush's Daryl Duran, one of the best. Last year, he was voted the NPSL Coach of the Year, as a matter of fact. Well, this year, Daryl, about mid-season, had an injury which kept him out for about a month and a half. But he's back now, well-rested, playing again, and looking forward to another trip to the champion finals. Mike Barrick, prior to the game, had a chance to visit with this player who has a dual opportunity of being a player and a coach.
Thank you very much, Bill. And alongside is the player coach of the St. Louis Ambush, Daryl Duran. Daryl, first of all, the Ambush with a record-setting win last night over the Kansas City Attack to take this 1-0 lead. Your feelings?
I think obviously it was a great offensive output. However, as a coach, I think you really got to analyze the game, and really us giving up 22 points. I'm really not happy about that, and you know, we were a little disorganized early on, but I think after halftime, other than the very first goal of the second half, I really think the guys concentrated a little bit more on defense, and we were definitely more organized. And you know, whenever this team concentrates a little bit more defensively, it always seems to open up ourselves for counterattacks and offensive output.
Daryl, obviously you're playing for the St. Louis Ambush at 7 points in a game against the Detroit Rockers in the first round. What's it like to play and coach, particularly here in the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I've had nothing but great memories, and right now I'm having a great time. So I have no complaints, but I think it does get a little difficult at times. You know, especially last night, I wasn't 100%. I wasn't playing that well, but I just tried to concentrate a little bit more defensively, and then try not to go on the offense too much. But you know, I think all the guys on the team really understand my role, and they know the situation I'm in, and they're a bunch of great guys, and they've really been helping out a lot. So really, it's like second nature now. I mean, it's almost like a routine, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Daryl, a record-setting season for the Ambush this year, 30 victories, their largest winning season of the 3-year Ambush history. Tremendous with the division title this year. What was that like for you?
Well, I mean, definitely it was a repeat, obviously winning the division, which, you know, I think a lot of people really expected it. However, I think the preseason poll, I think everybody picked Kansas City, and they're definitely a great team. And, you know, this is only one game we've downed them, and we're definitely having a rough game here at Kemper, and we're going to Sunday also. But, you know, I just think it's a lot to be expected. I think we definitely improved our team over last year, and hopefully, you know, we can go a step further this year than we did last year.
Okay, thank you very much, Daryl. Best of luck to you. I know looking for the first championship for St. Louis.
I hope so. Thanks, Mike.
That's Daryl Duran, player-coach of the St. Louis Ambush. We'll have more from Kansas City's Kemper Arena in just a moment.
I think you can buy it now if you like. Earl, a question from you.
Just one thing, Pete. I think it could have been a very short afternoon. The spare in the 10th frame of the first match against Leroy Bornhub.
Well, that was the first time I chopped it all week long, Earl. I mean, my ball never got far enough left to ever chop it during the week, and all of a sudden I thought it was going to skate a little bit more, and it didn't. And Leroy, he threw a great ball and got a bad break, but.
And then the 2-pin in the last match.
Well, I wasn't worried.
At 2-pin, he wasn't worried. Chris Sento of Toyota bring in the marvelous trophy. Here it is.
On behalf of Toyota, I'd like to thank everybody locally and all the people here at Tropicana for making this event such a success for us. And Pete, on your 15th title, we couldn't be prouder to be a part of it with you. Congratulations.
Well, Chris, I'd like to thank you and Toyota for hosting our tournament here at Tropicana. I'd also like to thank Tino DeFranco, Ray Bluth, and Vern Santens for having it here. It's a beautiful center, and I hope we come back.
All right, Tino, bring in the check. Tino DeFranco with the check right here.
Okay, congratulations, Pete.
There he is, your champion, Pete Weber, who wins the Toyota Classic. The family coming out. Remember, coming up next, the Kapalua International from Maui, Hawaii. And for Earl Anthony, this is Jay Randolph reminding you this has been a presentation of Bud Sports and the PBA Incorporated in association with NBC Sports. You can go back and watch again at 1 o'clock. See it again.
St. Louis Ambush in Game 2 of the NPSL Division Finals trail the Kansas City Attack 11-8, and we're in halftime. Mike Barrack alongside Bill McDermott. And Bill, boy, unbelievable excitement in the playoff series so far, with the Ambush winning 2 straight against Detroit. This game here tonight, their division championship, it has been just thrilling here in the second half of the year.
Pretty much so, Mike, and as was thought by pretty much everybody going into the first round of the playoffs against Detroit Rockers, the Ambush have really had no difficulty with this team. As a matter of fact, beating them for the 7th and 8th time in succession in these 2 particular playoff games. But much is not the same about this Kansas City Attack team, because they can be doubly difficult when they're playing defensively well and as an offensive powerhouse.
And of course, the Ambush, looking back at this exciting season, won their division title again, and it was against the Baltimore Spirit in a tremendous game at the end of the season. We'll take a look back at some of the highlights from that game, and of course, the Ambush winning it in the second to last game of the season to clinch the title at home, and we'll take a look right here.
As Eichmann now works in against the defense. Eichmann closing in. Stops, plays a pass across for Kuntz. And now back in the midfield. 14.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Lead pass ahead in for St. Louis. And Maurer now in against the defense. Big Steve Maurer leaves it free for Duran. Shoots and scores! Ambush have tied it up. Duran let it go. It may have gone off a half a Baltimore defender. Nevertheless, it's a 10 all time. Joe Reiniger on the setup in front, and with 12.5 minutes to go in the quarter, Ambush set it up for Reiniger, and it's 12-10 Ambush advantage.
Here's how the play developed. All the way out of the backfield, Jamie Christie sends it long. Now, here is Franklin McIntosh one-on-one with that last defender. It's Daryl Duran. Feeds him, and in the process, beats the keeper, Jamie Swanner. They go on top, 14-12. Franklin McIntosh receives it, cuts it towards the inside, slots it through the legs of Jamie Swanner.
Rebound headed by Tritchu, and here come the Ambush on a 3-man break. Tritchu on the give and go. Back for Daryl Duran. Moving it on goal. Duran stops, in against the defense, shoots in front, Eichmann. He scores! The St. Louis Ambush have tied it up. 18 apiece, and listen to this crowd. Loose in front, knocked by St. Louis in the midfield. Headed on the right side. Break for Moser. In on goal. Plays for Kuntz. He shoots off the crossbar. Rebound. They score!
54 seconds left. They're going crazy here at Kiel.
And of course, the Ambush winning the division title. A look back at the playoff history, Bill. The Ambush have never won a championship. Last year, they lost to Kansas City 2 years ago. Cleveland in the final last season. And a look at where we are right now.
The 93 series against this same Kansas City Attack team. As a matter of fact, 8 players as holdovers from that particular squad. Last year, they fall victim to the always difficult Cleveland Attack because of Hector Marinero and Zoran Karic running literally all over the place. Winning Detroit, as we talked about.
And let's take a look at the teams remaining in the NPSL division finals. Of course, the Ambush leading against the Attack 1-0 here in game 2. And as mentioned earlier, Harrisburg taking a 1-0 lead over the Cleveland team in game 1 of that series. And of course, the Crunch trailing in that. And of course, Harrisburg winning for their 3rd consecutive year against the Baltimore Spirit, eliminating them, and they're looking to gain a final berth. Well, that's the story of the Ambush and the Kansas City Attack in a thriller here from Kemper. 11-8 Kansas City. We'll have more from Kemper in just a moment. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Tom?
All right.
Okay. The St. Louis Ambush leading their series 1-0 over Kansas City in the NPSL Division Finals. Trail in this game 11-8 at the half. We'll take a look at tonight's scoring summary. And of course, Bill, the Ambush leading 4-0. Kansas City coming back with 6 straight points. And then of course, now an 11-8 game here at halftime.
And Kevin Hundo recording a hat trick for the Ambush this evening. As we talked about earlier, he recorded 106 points during the regular season, recording 27 goals and 49 assists, and he had 3 this evening so far in the first half. There's the first as Kevin Hundo buries it in the opposite side netting. Beautiful ball furnished to him right at his feet by Reiniger. Now, this time out of the back, short-handed, may I add. Hundo beats the keeper, slots it home. Great running by number 9, Kevin Hundo, to create that ball, and then only seconds after that particular play, he sees Warren Westcoat well off his line, and Kevin Hundo curls it well over the head of Warren Westcoat for his 3rd of the evening, all recorded in that first half.
Well, we'll be right back. The score 11-8 Kansas City after 2, and we'll be back with the 3rd quarter in just a moment.
It'll be just fine.
You got one?
Mike?
Yes.
When we come back, score and stats.
The St. Louis Ambush leading their division final series 1-0 trail at the half, 11-8 here at Kemper Arena. And of course, the Ambush in this game down by 3. Kansas City in a wide margin leading in shots. And of course, the fouls a key in this game and the penalties. 11 penalties and 25 fouls, a physical game. They're the very important statistics in this game.
And the obvious biggest discrepancy is in the shots category, and that's what Daryl Duran thought was going to happen, and that is exactly what has happened in this first quarter.
And of course, Jamie Swanner with that dominance in the attack, scoring opportunities, but he has been brilliant.
Shot there and a great save by number 4, Ian Fraser. Swanner diving, making a save, keeping it in the process. This time Haynes runs over, leaves it for Wade. He strikes it. Swanner with another fabulous, great reaction save. He's always ready to pounce up, make that save, cover up on the rebound.
He is the all-time winningest playoff goalkeeper in the NPSL history. 30 wins, looking for his 31st here tonight. Tremendous playoff competitor. In fact, 3 championships with the Canton Invaders.
Jamie Swanner makes it to the first team, 1994-95 all NPSL, along with Mark Moser, Kevin Hundelt on the second team, and as we talked about earlier, Jamie Swanner, the goalkeeper of the year.
And another one for Jamie Swanner, and St. Louis will start it here in the second half. The Ambush trailing by 3. Half possession for Steve Maurer. He's knocked off the ball, and Joe Reiniger, who had 10 3-point goals during the season. In the corner it goes. Kuntz now for St. Louis, being watched by a Kansas City defender, drops it for Daryl Duran. Anybody's game here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, Joe Reiniger, you talked about his 3-point goals, Mike. He's the second leading scorer this year. He records 133 points on 51 goals and 25 assists. Great season for Joe Reiniger.
Tied for second in the league in 3-point goals with those Rockets from outside. Here's a chance for Watson. Shoot! Swanner gets a hand on it, and the rebound controlled by Kansas City, and Swanner says no on the second chance. Ambush looked for a foul, but St. Louis will take over anyway in their own side.
2 nice plays on that particular occasion. Swanner to make the save, and Duran able to push it back there.
Here's Eichmann in for Tripchu. Eichmann trying to make a play. Loose in the far side. Tripchu knocked down. And a breakdown. 3 men for Kansas City. Kunyak moving through. In against the defense. Plays it into the corner for West Wade. Centers. He scores! You can be in the goal box in this game. And that's where Jeff Rogers was stationed to knock it home. 13-8 Kansas City. You can't get any closer towards the goal line than Jeff Rogers.
3 people coming forward. West Wade receives the ball from Gordon Hunyek. He fires it across the face of the goal. There's number 7, Jeff Rogers, who runs onto it and records his 4th goal of the evening for the Kansas City attack.
A minute 16 into this third quarter, and as mentioned, Bill able to elude the defense and score that goal. West Wade on the assist in a 13-8 Kansas City lead.
Another particular play, Mike, where number 9, Gordon Hunyek.
Here's a chance for St. Louis on the other way. McDaniel knocked down, moves to the far side, Tripchu. Hit hard by Duels from Tayshaun Brett on the boards. Trying to play it free, but a beautiful play by Tripchu on the opposite side, and it caroms in the midfield. Ian Fraser now for the attack. In on the defense. Plays it free to the corner for Wade, but right off the plant. And let's see a stop as both players in a tumble. Sometimes Swanner, he told me last night, will axe it up just a little bit to give his team a little bit of breathing room, and we'll see right there, although he did take a shot in towards the St. Louis goal box.
Take a rest during the course of the game. Why not do it? It's done every place else in the world.
And now Swanner gets up slowly, and we'll set it up. We'll take a look at it as Wes Wade, Chris Kenny, and Jamie Swanner. And boy, Swanner and Wade colliding, and now St. Louis will take over.
Wes Wade always running hard, coming out of the backfield, our midfield, all with the ball at his feet offensively. You always have to be careful of Wes Wade and Gordon Hunyek coming at your defenders.
And St. Louis control in the midfield. 13-8 Kansas City. And the Ambush looking to
score one to get right back in it, and Kenny drops it for Jamie Swanner. 6 career regular season shutouts for Jamie Swanner, and a number of assists to St. Louis Moser. Trying to center one, goes to the near side, wide now for St. Louis, in against the defense, 2 defenders there, Klein knocked down, no call, loose in front, and tipped by Moser away. Hands for Kansas City after. Ambush in deep, 3 men in deep to try and make a play, and finally it's cleared. 3 ambush players, Bill, desperately trying to gain possession in front of West Coast.
The ambush forwards have to make their decisions quicker, Mike, and get rid of the ball sooner. That is if they want to be around the play the rest of this series.
4 minutes to go, third quarter. Exciting game with Kansas City leading in a clearing pass going up over the Kansas City players bench with 11:58 to go, third quarter, 13-8 in favor of Kansas City. The ambush have yet to score here in the second half. And of course, Mark Moser with that goal scoring streak. He had 6 last night, has been held, Bill, off the scoreboard as far as goals.
And he really hasn't gotten the ball that much in this particular game so far, and therein lies the reason why he's been held scoreless.
Here's a chance now for Hudak, a long shot, he just missed. One for the far side, and Swanner looks first to throw it, doesn't see anybody open, and then slowly will work out of there for St. Louis. He'll do that. He's got that rifle arm, but sometimes he elects to play it out himself. And he does sail it free into the corner. Moser hits it. He just missed. Looks back up, and it will be thrown back onto the field. Of course, if the ambush continue on here, if necessary, game 4 will be next Friday night at Kiel, 7:35. And if there's a 5th game, the following evening, Saturday night, 7:35, ambush and the attack.
And in the championship final series, if indeed the ambush advances to that, this year, Mike, we want to tell our listeners and viewers one more time, it's a best of 7 series, whereas in past years it's been best 3 out of 5.
And if there are games at home, the 20th and 22nd in the final series, the ambush can reach that point, but right now they're concerned about the attack in the second game. A chance for Hudak now. Shoots Swanner, able to see it all the way and throws it up the right side. Eichmann, though, with nobody there except Zurich, trying to play it free, and it's wound right back into midfield. Hudak down. Cross-field pass across with 10:49 to go in the third. 13-8 Kansas City. And the attack, slow it up for Kevin Ketters on the far side. Ketters plays it into the corner. Payshon trying after it. Blocked by 2 ambush players, including Trichu, and it's played now free in front of the goal for Haynes. Haynes, Payshon shredded Wade. The centering pass, loose in front. Cleared by St. Louis, but not out. Ketters takes over. His long shot, way up into the stands. He let it go from outside and missed the target completely.
Well, you have to be careful when you clear that ball. When you're under so much pressure, your first reaction is to simply just clear it anywhere. But you have to be wary of the fact when you just hammer it out, it's usually going to come right back at you.
And Swanner will set it up for St. Louis with 10:18 to go, third quarter. Ambush held scoreless here in the second half. And Swanner just pounds it all the way down. Into the corner, Zurich in against Ketters. Zurich now trying to make a play and cleared by Grurk, I believe. Actually up into the stands, but McDaniel shot it, and Kansas City will take over. Look at Greg Zurich, a place kicker in college. He played a little bit of football and, of course, soccer as well.
Look at his offensive statistics. Greg recorded a hat trick himself last night, along with Joe Reiniger.
And a chance now for Kansas City, played free on the opposite side. And St. Louis play it free in the midfield. Here is Zurich now for St. Louis. Just chips it back, nobody home except the Kansas City forward. The pass ahead for Rogers. Now Wade overplays it for the moment. Knocked down by McDaniel. A foul, I believe, against McDaniel. And a quick restart for the attack.
Quick foul on Scott McDaniel, and saw how West Wade looked to get up and start that play immediately on the dead ball situation.
And Wade will take over for Kansas City. Second in assists on this team this year. An all-star. And Wade shoots. He misfires also way up into the stands. And this time St. Louis will start out. Wes Wade, 27 years of age. 3 championships with the San Diego Sockers of the NSL.
Wes Wade should screen himself for that particular effort. These shots, when you get an opportunity, situations, if nothing else, got to be kept on goal.
And Daryl Duran will break out of there for St. Louis. Duran, of course, suffered that knee injury, came back for St. Louis. Leaves it for Jamie Swanner. So right now, the Ambush slowing up the pace a little bit, Bill. Here with 9:16 to go in the third quarter. And Swanner plays it in the corner for Big Steve Mauer. Mauer now for St. Louis, trying to make a play. Career high 48 goals for him this year. Loose in front, knocked away and cleared up the left side. Break for Kansas City. And here is the player out of the backfield, Ian Fraser. Bumped off momentarily, cleared right back. It bounces towards the yellow line, and Westcote just slams it all the way down, wide of the target. Cooney again hits it. Swanner out to play it. And here come the Ambush. Leads pass ahead on the left side. Two-man break. Leininger shoots. Westcote the save. He gets a hand on it as Leininger steaming down the left side.
That's a good ball out of the backfield first from Jamie Swanner. And a nice shot as Joe Reininger ran onto it. And a good save at the other end by Ron Westcote.
Oh, Tayshaun Trent taken down. Rebound. And shot over top by Brian Lofton. The rise out of the crowd at Tayshaun Trent had a scoring chance.
Leave Tayshaun Trent on the bicycle kick against Chris Kenny. Here it is. He plays it up to his advantage on the bicycle kick, and that ball just went wide. Here it is again, perhaps an even better view. Juggles it, then hits it over the head of Chris Kenny, and that ball surprised Jamie Swanner, just going wide.
He actually had the angle thanks to Chris Kenny, who gave him a further push, giving him a little of momentum on that scoring chance. Here's Moser now, into the corner, in against Eddie Carmine, plays it free on the opposite side, knocked right back for Durant. Here's Ray, headed down by Hayes, with under 8 minutes to go in the quarter, lifts the pass in for Rogers, shoots, and it's deflected wide. I believe got a head on it, and St. Louis back the other way. Here is Kuntz in midfield. Ambush trailing 13-8. No scoring for St. Louis this quarter. Kuntz shot going wide and a bicycle kick out towards midfield. Moran now lays it free to the corner. Chance now for Eichmann. Not flying on the play by Ketters. There'll be a foul there. Eichmann says, how can I draw the penalty? At least they get the foul.
Well, the Ambush seemingly content, at least at the start of this third quarter, Mike, with a lot of long balls out of their own backfield, attempting to find the Greg Zurich or Steve Mauer or Mark Moser.
Here's a chance for Reininger, trying to settle one. Hundo pinching in, knocked away at the moment, but Kuntz recovers. Beautifully plays it into the corner, but at the last moment, knocked away. Here's a chance in front. Moser shoots, he scores! Mark Moser finally scores a goal. 7:18 to go in the third quarter. How about that? It's a three-point game, 13-10 Kansas City. Moser finds the net.
Moser and Daryl Duran forced into Kansas City attack to pay for this giveaway in their backfield. Look at that nice little 1-2 between number 15, Mark Moser, who got the return pass from Daryl Duran. Moser lays it off for Duran. First time back to Moser, and he draws the Ambush to within 3 points. It's 13-10.
What a game here at Kemper. 13-10 in favor of the Kansas City Attack. We'll be back with more here in the third in just a moment. We are back here at Kemper. The Ambush have scored a goal by Mark Moser. They're within 3 at 13-10. But Robbie Goff into the St. Louis end. Caught up by Chris Kenny. Loose into the corner and a foul on the play, and it's against the Attack. St. Louis will start it up after scoring that last goal.
It was a nice little combination play on that particular goal-scoring chance by Mark Moser. Duran and Moser immediately saw the opportunity to go at that last defender with the numerical advantage. 2 against 1, and they capitalized very nicely.
And a play now towards the St. Louis defense. Duran headman's up towards Big Steve Maurer. Trying to make a play, but kicked right back to Westcoast, who will play it out for Kansas City. The Ambush have finally scored here and are back within 3 single points. And a clearing pass off of the shoulder of Duran. Not happy with himself because he knocked it up into the stands, and thus Kansas City takes over. Haynes shoots, and fortunately for the Ambush, he clears it up high over the crossbar and up into the stands.
Another shot by Kansas City, nowhere near the goal line.
And we take a look at the shots on goal. Wide open for Kansas City in periods 1 and 2. A little bit closer in the third as the Ambush have slowed the pace of this game.
They slowed the pace down, and in the process, they're trying to keep the ball a bit more.
And Swanner will take over for St. Louis. A dominant as far as the shots as we saw earlier. And Swanner will break out for St. Louis and just patiently waits for his team to organize.
Now, let's see what kind of ball Jamie plays out of the backfield here.
Here he clears it into the corner. A sailing pass for Moser. However, there were 3 defenders on him, and why not with 14 points last night? Here's a play in front of the goal. Swanner out the play to the box. Waits and then just tosses it up into midfield. And John Klein leads for Daryl Duran. Cross field for Steve Tripchew. Back for Duran. He sides a pass up the left side for Eichmann. Petter stays with him. Loose in midfield. Finally Haynes shoots to the St. Louis defense. 13-10 in favor of Kansas City. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third. Here's Moser now. He fires one, a sliding play to break it up by Carmine. And up in the midfield, Tayshaun Trett. Left side pass, a break for Lofton. In on goal, Swanner gets an arm on that. A great save by Jamie Swanner on Lofton. Now a play into the St. Louis end. Tayshaun Trett chips it towards the goal, and Swanner makes the save earlier. Another dazzler.
Another absolutely tremendous save from Jamie Swanner, and in the process gets it and then finds Mark Moser running alone against that last defender.
Eddie Carmine just about tore the jersey of Mark Moser earlier. It was Lofton with that shot, and Swanner with just another scintillating stop.
Another fabulous save by Jamie Swanner coming out of the backfield. Brian Lofton with the shot. Wonderful acrobatic save from Jamie Swanner.
We have ourselves a thriller here in Kansas City. 13-10 in favor of the attack. And St. Louis will start it with Joe Reiniger. Reiniger, Hundelt, Duran. Here's the pass in front. Blocked away by Hunia for Kansas City. Man scramble at the top of the box. Cleared, and Wade breaks out. 2-on-2 in against Duran and Hundelt, but he loses possession. And a break for St. Louis as Duran will lead a counterattack for St. Louis. Lead pass headed away, and Wade now back for Kansas City. Into the St. Louis end. West Wade fires. He scores! I think he may have been screened by Daryl Duran. A shot low into the corner. It's 16-10, a huge goal for Kansas City.
Big goal.
That is a 3-point goal for West Wade.
Big goal for West Wade here as he's going forward. Daryl Duran backing up, and Wade buries it. As you pointed it out, Mike, Jamie Swanner was unsighted, and as also you pointed out, it is a 3-pointer. West Wade for the attack going forward. Daryl Duran was backing up. Wasn't sure whether to strike on West Wade or not, and they paid the price in the process.
Wade, his second goal of the playoffs. 10:29 the time, a 3-point goal, and a 16-10 Kansas City lead. The Ambush will need one quickly here. They'll need the next one. And cleared now for Haynes. Following the play and a restart quickly for the attack. And Haynes will break free into the St. Louis end. In against Tripchew. Clears it towards the goal, and Swanner off the plant for St. Louis, and we'll just wait again before going it up the right side of the box. Right to Lofton. Misplay as Lofton moving in against the defense, holds up, drops it back, loose in the box, and cleared finally by a sliding Tripchew. And Big Zurich, who, boy, he plays along the boards beautifully for St. Louis. Right side for Kevin Gurk. Here's Gurk moving free. Stop. Big shot back away, the second-year pro. trying to make a play. That's off for the second time. A foul, however, against St. Louis, and Kansas City will take over.
Kansas City now getting the players they want up forward to run at the last defender of the ambush.
Here's a play for Wade. Into the St. Louis defense. Plays a pass across, broken up at the last moment. And Frazier into the corner for Wade. In against the defense. Wade with his back to the goal, trying to center one. That's blocking clear, but not out. Noted by Hunyak now at the top of the arc. Moving free. Centers across, but a beautiful play by Greg Zurich to play it right back for Jamie Swan.
Imperative you play both ways in indoor soccer. There's a clear-cut example of what just happened.
Zurich is playing terrific on both sides. Lead pass towards Swanner. He plays it up the left side, sails it out of bounds, and is stopped for the moment. And Jamie Swanner wants to know what's going on as Kansas City will take over. Ambush soccer fans, Casey's Real Rock Cafe at St. Louis Union Station before and after the game for a free happy hour buffet. That's Casey's Real Rock Cafe. St. Louis Ambush trailing 16-10. And Kansas City will take it right in front of Jamie Swanner. Gerald Duran and his teammates will try and block his start for. Looks like Hunyak will start it for the attack.
Gordon Hunyak will be the mastermind behind this dead ball, or will he leave it for Kevin Ketters?
Here it is, leaving it free. A shot blocked away as Carney let it fly with two players in the vicinity. And St. Louis just pounded right back. Here's McDaniel. A little shot towards the goal, and Westcote out to play it. And he rolls it up the left side for Gordon Hunyak. Here's Hunyak now. Born in Croatia. Plays it free on the opposite side. Right now for the rookie Lofton. In against Duran. Lofton trying to play it free, and he does. Off the glass, right back for his teammate Kevin Ketters out of Quincy, Illinois. Here is Ketters now. Plays it free on the far side. A pass in front. Lofton moving in. Shoots it just wide. And it back the other way. A two-man break for St. Louis. Eichmann has a lead pass across for Big Steve Howard. Into the corner. In against the defense. And Carmine trying to center one. Carmine clears it on the glass. Right to Haynes. Ambush trying to keep it in. They can't. As Kansas City play it. Klein knocks down an attack player. Foul against the Ambush with only 2 minutes to go in the quarter. And Kansas City will take over. John Klein, a solid defender for St. Louis.
A real workhorse in the midfield, and as well as defending coming out of the backfield. This number 5, John Klein. He continues to work.
And Haynes will play it on the opposite side and cleared up into midfield. Break for St. Louis. And Moser leads it free on the back pass for Steve Kuntz. Moser after it. Also, Kuntz knocks down a Kansas City defender. A foul. That was Wade who took a tumble and limps to the bench.
Steve Kuntz realized the problem developing there, but Wes Wade got behind him with one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Ambush now trailing by 6. Here with a minute 26 to go in the quarter. Ambush leads the series 1-0. Play Sunday here in Kansas City. If the attack win this game, we know we'll have a game 4 next week, Friday night at the Kiel Center. Here's a chance now for St. Louis. Moser. Westcote gets an arm on that. Here is Reiniger into the corner after it. Haynes for Kansas City tries to blitz it free, but Hundelt holds on. He has the hat trick. Into the corner it goes, but it's cleared away. And then out towards midfield. It bounces into the Ambush players bench. A break for St. Louis.
That last run upfield off that left wing spot, Mark Moser getting a shot off from a seemingly impossible angle.
Don't forget Ambush Summer Soccer Camps, June 12th to August 18th. 18 local sites in St. Louis. Great for the kids, ages 5 to 17. For more information, call 241-GOAL. Great chance to mingle with Bill Duran, Jamie Swanner, Kevin Hundelt, and the rest of the Ambush players as counselors. Joe Reiniger will set it up with 54 seconds to go in the third. 16-10. Kansas City. Very important chance here for St. Louis. As St. Louis take over, Durant plays it free on the outside. St. Louis in this quarter has actually outshot Kansas City 9-8 after being outshot in the first 2 quarters of this game. And a pass free for Moser from off the mark. A play, a foul against St. Louis and Kansas City will take over. The attack has scored 2 of 3 in this very quiet third quarter.
But the difference to the scoring in this particular quarter, if you look at Zoran Savage, the coach of the year, as recognized by his peers, is that three-point goal by West Wade just when the ambush was starting to get back into this game.
A major turnaround with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll take the fourth quarter barrage for St. Louis to win this game and lead the series 2-0. Here's Hunyak there, trying to make a play, knocked out by Reiniger. Into the corner it goes, and Swanner to save his T-Shine Trent is right there. He jumps to try and interfere with Swanner. Now a pass ahead, broken out with a three-man rush for St. Louis with 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Reiniger on the pass, it's off the mark and clear. That's just about going to do it. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Swanner plays it, and that's it. We are through 3 quarters of play. And the attack scored 2 of 3, including a three-pointer by West Wade. They lead 16-10 after 3 quarters of play. We'll have the exciting fourth quarter in just a moment. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer on Prime.
Hey, Tom. Look, oh, hello. 20 years ago, I could have handled her. Let's hear some more of that Talking Heads music on the bumpers. Very nice, yes. I think that was Life in Wartime. No, that's off there.
They're gonna keep that shot too.
Hello. Do not come back to that shot because there's no comment to be made here. No. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's the director. Yeah. Director's down here in the truck. Here's what to say, guys. Talking about a pair on the 50. Hello?
We have a female AD up here. Just wanted to let you know. Oh, I see.
You know, Jack Buck could get away with that line talking about a pair on the 50, but I don't think that, well, I'll just leave it alone. Tom, you have to go to Colorado Springs, I understand. What are you doing there, boxing? Ah. Oh, I see. Tomorrow at Wembley? Oh. Oh, okay. Because indeed I do. Yep.
All right, everybody. The side behind me over here. When we say go, you go, go. The side over on the benches. When they open the attack, you go attack. Are we ready?
The Sesame Street characters leading the cheers. They have Fuzzy up in the midfield as the Kansas City Attack mascot.
Well, and evidently the auditions are still being conducted.
And the ambush trail is 16-10. Great fun in indoor soccer. And the ambush, unfortunately, not having a lot of fun, Bill. At least in that third quarter, they're down by 6 to start the fourth.
Well, what happened was that West Wade and Warren Hunyak started to get a little bit more actively involved in the offense by running at defenders in the open field, and that's the real key. When the ambush defenders are backing up and no one's coming back to help out, by that I mean no one's coming back to help out to prevent the ball from coming out of the backfield, these players are allowed free rein to run at the ambush defenders.
43 shots on goal, 22 for St. Louis, so Kansas City doubling up in the shots on goal despite the even shots on goal total in period 3.
Well, they realized, obviously, Mike, the urgency of the situation as they got absolutely blown out of the building and taken apart last night by a score of 40 to 22. They immediately had to get back into this series, and so far they've been running wildly.
Unfortunately, even though the ambush had home field advantage, they played 2 straight here in Kansas City before returning home next week. And of course, playoff tickets available at the Kiel Center box office. Dial tickets. Calling 291-7600, and you can pick up a $2 discount at all venture locations throughout the St. Louis metro area. And of course, the prices 15, 13, 11, and 9. No increase during postseason play. And if the attack were to win this game, we would for sure have a game 4 next Friday at the Kiel Center. Well, a chance now for St. Louis. And a break for Eichmann. Knock off the ball. Hundell also it squirts free. And a break for Kansas City. Lead pass ahead into midfield. Kunyak able to play it for the attack. Right side pass in for Parnay. In against Eichmann. Just drops it back beautifully. And the attack doing what the ambush did earlier. Just wasting some time with a 6-point lead.
Keeping the ball in the process. Forcing the ambush players to chase the ball.
In the ambush, if they want to break this, they're going to have perhaps to cheat a little bit, Bill, if they want to create some scoring chances. Here's a play across to the near side. Rogers now on a center one. Haynes on the back kick. Swanner out the play. Good scoring chance for Kansas City.
Jamie Swanner alert to that back heel from Brian Haynes. Another thing the ambush have to be careful about, Mike, is giving the ball away at midfield. Like that particular play right there.
And it was John Klein, although there were 2 defenders against him. He was alone in midfield, and Wade will take over up on the far side, and now Kansas City take over. Lead pass in for Tayshaun Trent. Wade, Haynes a shot, Swanner the save, and it just came from nowhere, and a scoring chance for Brian Haynes. Lead pass for Zurich off the mark. He was knocked down, and Kansas City take over. Wade now in against the defense, plays it for Tayshaun Trent. Back for Wade outside the arc, watched by defender Tritchu. Finally has to just backpedal and leaves it back for his own defense. Broken up. Tritchu plays. 13:06 to go. 16-10 Kansas City. And Klein in. Plays one off the leg of the defender, Robbie Goff. And a lead pass for Goff. On the near side, Tayshaun Trent moving it on goal. Shoot! He is going for the short side. And it caroms off the backboards way out into midfield. And a pass free. Broken up for the defense. Cleared by the attack on the opposite wing. Chance for Kansas City. Kunyak moving free. Stops, plays it beautifully on the near side. Frazier's shot going wide. Kunyak far side, St. Louis end. Knocked away, and finally it squirts right back into midfield. And Kansas City doing what they want, not allowing St. Louis a chance in maintaining ball possession.
Continue to go at the ambush defenders. Is the Kansas City attack with their offensive players, and when they lose it, they get back on defense, and they go right back at you one more time.
Haynes a shot. Whoa, he missed by a lot on that particular shot. He looks up and wished he had it back, but St. Louis will start it up. Brian Haynes doesn't miss like that too often.
That was polite by saying he missed a lot, Mike. That was in a different zip code.
No doubt about it. That one just under the upper deck, actually, the midpoint here, separating the lower and upper decks here at Kendall Mountain. And here's Reiniger now, misfires, and the chance in front and rolls gently towards Westcote, and he plays it up the right side. 16-10, Kansas City. It's loose in front, and another chance towards Swanner, who hugs the post beautifully, and then fires it up the left side. Ambush take over Mauer. Backs down Wade. Loose for Reiniger. Oh, he's tripped up. A foul. That was a good foul, though, for Ketters because it breaks up that scoring chance. But fortunately for St. Louis, the ambush will gain possession.
Here's that particular play again as Steve Mauer fouls Wes Wade on the first play. It's left unnoticed, or at least left uncalled. Now Joe Reiniger goes forward. It is clearly foul.
Here's a chance for St. Louis. Duran plays it free across. One-timer off the crossbar. Great scoring chance. It was Hundell with the right foot. Just missed. And back the other way. Wade for hands. In on goal. Stop. Shoots. He missed. Rebound. They score. It was Jeff Rogers and Kansas City scoring to lead 18-10. That is Rogers' 4th of the night.
Jeff Rogers tremendously active tonight for the Kansas City attack, and it's really paying some dividends. Now, Brian Haynes takes the shot and rebound directly to the foot of number 7, Jeff Rogers, who runs onto it and has no difficulty in slotting that home. Here it is again, as Haynes takes the initial shot, goes wide, but the rebound goes right to the foot of number 7, Jeff Rogers, who scores yet again for the Kansas City attack.
6th year in the NPSL, Jeff Rogers, and he has scored a total, as mentioned, of 4 in this game. And Kansas City up 18-10 and starting to pull away a bit. They have scored 3 of 4 in the second half. Only 1 goal for St. Louis since the start of the third quarter. Zoran Savage happy about his team, pleased about the 18-10 lead. But one shot by Moser, and an arm save by Westcote. Now another chance clear. Blocked away. St. Louis take over to Daniel. Lays on the boards. In against Tichon Trent. Plays it right back, and Westcote out the play for Kansas City. And a player knocked down. An attack player, Hunyak, and Bill. Right now, it's been all really the second half in favor of Kansas City. A lot of relentless running, especially out of the backfield. Here's Wade trying to center one off the leg and up into the stands. We anticipated this. Daryl Duran, of course, Wes Wade. It was Wade, Haynes, and Hunyak. 108 points combined in the 6 regular season games against St. Louis. They burned St. Louis during the regular year. Daryl Duran expected really the winner of this series to win the NPSL title. He feels that strongly about Kansas City and their strengths.
Well, it's really no mystery, as you just pointed out, Mike, from whom the offense is going to come. These players we've talked about. Daryl didn't anticipate it for the entire game. He thought for at least 5 or 10 minutes they'd be running all out.
Here's Duran, plays it across, James for Klein. His shot, he missed going for the short side. And a chance on the right side. 8 points for Rogers, including 4 goals tonight. A big night for him. And St. Louis back the other way. And a lead pass ahead for Hundelt. Broken up to the defense. And a throwing pass in for Wade again. In against St. Louis and Duran. Waits, just patiently drops for Frazier. With under 10 minutes left now. And the ambush down by 8 here at Kemper Arena.
No real decent goal-scoring opportunities so far in this second half, Mike.
And St. Louis play it on the opposite side. And Eichmann tripped up in midfield. Got to be at least a foul there. There is no penalty. Ambush looking for that, but at least they'll get the start up into midfield. 9:31 left. 8 points for Jeff Rogers. Ambush trailing 11-8 at the half. But in this second half, the attack had really poured it on. 8 points, a career high. Also 4 goals for Jeff Rogers. Here's a chance in front. Westcote, the save on that ball was knocked high in the air. And Tichon Trent shoots one way up high. He also misfires deep into the St. Louis end.
But yet another reason why the Kansas City attack is on top late in this game. Everything goes long immediately from the backfield, either from the defenders or Warren Westcote, looking for players one-on-one with the last defenders of the ambush. And so far, it's really worked well for him.
Here's Swanner, plays it free. Into the corner, Kuntz gets a break, bounce for St. Louis. In the corner, Big Maurer for St. Louis. And centers, nobody home. And cleared away by the attack all the way down, deep into the St. Louis end. A couple of ambush players deep into the vicinity and couldn't nail it home. Here's a play down for Gluck. I believe he's lost his shoe. And it's cleared right back to the near side. And 4 goals without necessary piece of soccer equipment. Long shot, Swanner. Long save. And it deflects around. Loose to the near side outside the yellow line. And St. Louis break back. Here's Big Cooper. Out of St. Louis University. Stops at the yellow line. In against the defense. Slowly maneuvers. Someone does. Right to Westcote, who slowly rolls it up the right side with 8.5 minutes left in this game. Time now, a huge factor in this game. Rogers plays it for his streaking Haynes. He's been all over in this game. Haynes pulls up, stops to make a play. Bumped off momentarily. Shoots, scores! What a play by Brian Haynes. It's 2010 Kansas City. He was close to scoring a 3-pointer. He blasted upstairs.
Well, it's a lot easier to run, isn't it, Mike, when you got the big lead? And they just continue to work and to run. They now go on top 20-10 as Brian Haynes digs this ball out from both Scott McDaniel and Steve Tritchu. Gets in behind both of them and blasts them, as we talked about, with that powerful left foot. Number 13, Brian Haynes, scores another for the Kansas City attack.
That's an unassisted goal. 6:51 the time. 20-10 Kansas City, a timeout on the field. This is Ambush Soccer on Prime. Of course they did. Rogers got an assist on that, 9 points.
Okay.
We'll see you back this Sunday, live to 2:00 p.m. Spurs now takes on St. Louis Ambush in Game 3 of the National Division Finals. You can purchase first tickets for this game right now in the next ticket window located by Gate Line.
Brian Haynes scoring that last goal unassisted, and actually now they've added an assist to Jeff Rogers. 9 points for him. Haynes, another one of their big goal scorers, his 10th of the playoffs, and a big 10-point Kansas City advantage. Boy, it's been wide open in favor of the attack here in the second half of this game.
Yeah, it really has. They've been setting a lot of long balls out of the backfield to on-rushing forwards, simply try to get them isolated with the last defender. And as I said just a few moments ago, so far in this game, it's really working well. Another key aspect, along with Kevin Hundelt, by the way, goes in now as the 6th attacker. Mark Moser has really not been a real focal point in this game so far. He hasn't been able to get the ball.
Here's Duran, knocked down, Reiniger, a long shot back. Off the mark as it was deflected and back out towards midfield. 6th attacker, an empty net for St. Louis. Hundelt can get back to the goal and touch it inside the goal box. Here's Reiniger now. Lays it free. Kansas City out shooting St. Louis 5-2 in this quarter. Duran towards the net. Stop, knocked down, foul on the play. Let's see what this is all about. I believe it's against the attack. St. Louis will set it up in deep to the right of the goal.
A lot of options here across the face of the goal. Knock it back deep, play it to the other side. Players can run onto it, hit it first time, simply redirect it. Tons of options here.
And Duran waits for his team to organize. And the ambush desperately looking for a scoring play right now if they have any visions of coming back into this thing with 7.5 minutes left in this game. If they don't, the series will be tied at a game of peace. And Duran plays Reiniger, unable to play it. Hundelt does. In for Reiniger. Centers it front, loose to the side of the goal. Moser knocked down. He was open, couldn't nail it home.
And that has been part of the story, certainly, with this 10-point deficit. Mark Moser simply hasn't been able to get a decent touch on the ball.
And Kansas City will watch St. Louis start it up. It will be Hundelt, who is the designated 6th man with that yellow jersey. Stops to make a play. Leaves it. Reiniger shoots. They score! Joe Reiniger let it fly. It was deflected. 7:24 left. It's not over yet. 20-12 Kansas City.
Well, when in doubt, Mike just forced it through, and that's exactly what Joe Reiniger did. As he was played the ball by number 66, the 6th attacker, Kevin Hundelt. Simply lays it off to Joe Reiniger, runs onto it, puts it through the defensive wall, and now draws the ambush to within 8 points. Another view of it. Hundelt, first time on the dead ball to Reiniger. He slots it home through the legs of number 21, Warren Westcoat. 20-12 now in favor of the attack with 7:23 left. That's an eternity.
20-12, Hundelt with a hat trick in this game. He adds an assist now, and the ambush to within 8. And of course, Bill, the one positive, those 3-point goals, you get one all of a sudden, and you're within 5.
And Bill Cowley now comes on to play goal for the ambush.
Ambush taking advantage of that 6th attacker situation. It pays off. They score a goal.
And a quick free kick by Kevin Hundelt. Simply played it to the open man, and Joe Reiniger with a powerful left foot.
Here's a header into the corner by Brooke. And the ambush play it up towards midfield. Zerk pushes it left side to the down. 2-man break in midfield. Oh, McDonald takes a boy, what a hit. I believe that was Wade that knocked him down. He's arguing over the play. He should get away. Only got a foul. Ambush look for the penalty call. And St. Louis take over. 6th attacker situation once more. It's Hundelt now. Replaces Cowley. And slams it into the corner. Moser shoots. Oh, just missed. Going to the short side. Reiniger closing in. He shots. Westcoat the save on Reiniger's big blast. And a lead pass headed by Hundelt into the corner. Empty net. Eichmann is there. Wade all over him. Hundelt the save. You can do that as the 6th man in your own goal box.
Beautifully done by Eric Eichmann to get back and help the confidence he has in Kevin Hundelt. The left goal was right to his hand.
Here's Duran shoots. And right on the save made by Westcoat. And a lead pass, shoulder down, beautifully by Hundelt, and he breaks down. Plays corner for Moser.
Defense!
He's trying to lay it back off. 3 defenders in the vicinity, all over Mark Moser. They're double teaming him. And finally, it's worked right back out for Kevin Hundal. And you're not used, as you mentioned, to using your hands, and he was able to do that to save a goal. And Reiniger at the yellow line drops it back with under 6 minutes left in this game. 20-12 Kansas City. Lead shot right back, but Reiniger plays it for the ambush.
When you're sending these long balls out of your backfield, when you're exposed with no goalkeeper, Mike, you've got to be sure to get him over at least the first person. You've got to get over that first man.
Hundal took a chance, and it deflects up into the stands. Soccer Master, the World Cup of Soccer Shops, is your headquarters for the #1 name in soccer, Adidas. Adidas, the official supplier of the NPSL, is available in all your local Soccer Master locations. To see the full line of Adidas equipment, call 1-800-926-9287 for Soccer Master's full color catalog. 20-12 Kansas City. The attack trying to tie this series at a game of peace. Unless the ambush can come back with some fireworks here in the remaining 5:26.
Bill Cowley back in goal now as the ambush are forced to defend. As soon as they get the ball, get possession of it one more time, you'll see Kevin Hundal come back on the field as that 6th attacker.
7-5 shots on goal. A little deceiving, Bill, because they really haven't had a lot of great scoring chances.
And as soon as they've brought this 6th attacker on, the person is Kevin Hundal. He's doing the job perfectly, not allowing long through balls to come out of the Kansas City backfield.
And St. Louis control now again. Cowley looks towards the bench to be replaced. Maurer off the backboard, centers in front. Just knocked in. They score! A second effort for Mark Moser. And with 5:08 left, 2 consecutive goals for St. Louis. It's 2014 with 5:08 left in this game.
Well, number 15, Mark Moser, as he has done all year long, simply will not let a play die, Mike. Here's Moser, runs onto the ball across the face of the goal, gets his own rebound, and a beautiful diving head ball. Eddie Carmine nearly cleared that ball off his own goal line. Here it is one more time. Rebounded off his own shot. Mark Moser runs onto it and blasted into the net. While the ambush to within 6, Mike Barrick.
You'd never know. Moser with that terrific year this season. 11th goal of the playoffs. He had 14 points last night. He scores here, and it's a 20-14 game. Gerald Duran on the assist and a lead. Pass towards the goal. Away from Cowley. Hayes shoots. He goes just over top of the net. Just missed the crossbar and cleared into the corner. Work for St. Louis trying to clear. Desperate chances for Kansas City, and finally, McDaniel plays. Under 5 minutes left in this game. Ambush still in this game. It's 20-14. A 3-pointer in there within 3. And Kenny drops it back for Cowley, and he plays it up the right side. Here comes Eichmann. Pushing it past through. Broken down over the fence. But Moser takes over. Passing it free for Streaky Eichmann. Off the mark and cleared. Wade breaks out for the attack. 3-on-2 break. Wade moving in, but Eichmann there. Beautiful tackle, but a foul to play. And Moser looks up, doesn't feel there should be a foul as Eichmann able to take him off the ball, but a chance at least for St. Louis to regroup defensively.
That was Eichmann's job there. The ambush lost the ball at midfield. Eric had to get back, and he had to get back quickly. He did just that.
4:15 left. Ambush have scored 2 in a row to make it interesting. And Wade will tap it free for Ian Fraser, first-team All-Star. Drops it back for Westcote, and he lays a pass to the near side. Kansas City take over Wade with 4 minutes left. Gets away from the defensive clear. Right back towards midfield. Fraser, Patrick Reiniger. Just tries to break down Wade. Two-shot truck now after it. Gerald Duran plays it into the corner. Under 4 minutes left in this game. Moser knocks it ahead for Reiniger. Here comes the ambush. Big pass ahead.
And when he gets a chance to, he really finishes.
We talked about the star players on the attack. Not a lot about Jeff Rogers, and there he is. 9 points in this game out of San Diego State, 6th year in the NPSL, so he's been around in this league. Here's Collie with the left arm, throws it up the right side. Zurich in for Reiniger, bumped off. Well, I thought there might be a foul there. Collie way out to play it and just sails it all the way down. Into the corner it goes. Takes an ambush bounce in front. Westcote is there and leads it out for Kansas City. Only 3 minutes left in this game, 3:06 to be exact, and Westcote throws it down. Rogers in after it. Takes a St. Louis bounce this time, and the ambush will start it up in their own side, and there he is again. Westcote, of course, in goal for the attack, but St. Louis will start with the 6th man. Hundell for the ambush. Westcote trying to hold on. 19 saves for the Kansas City attack goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's played well tonight, as he has all season long against the ambush.
Here's Hundell saves. They score! Great play, I believe, for Steve Maurer. Hundell set him up, and with 2:59 left, 3 straight goals for St. Louis. How about that?
Once again, the key to the play, the quick free kick. Hundell runs onto it, looks up, hesitates, plays it to the feet of Steve Maurer, who simply redirects it. Beautifully done between Maurer and Hundell. Goes at it, hesitates, looks up, draws the defender, lays it off to number 6, Steve Maurer, who's in behind everybody, as Daryl Duran now says, this is how we can get Rayleigh back into this game.
12:01 the time. Maurer from Hundell. Reiniger at 7:36. Moser at 9:52. Maurer at 12:01. And Maurer, his second goal, he scored a career-high 48 during the regular season. Here's a guy that hurt his back towards the end of the season, has had some injury problems, but takes that punishment in front and still has been able to score 48 goals during the regular year.
He had 48 goals and 25 assists to finish with 114 points. Number 6, Steve Maurer, the graduate of St. Louis University. Once again, here's the final. The Harrisburg Heat defeat the Cleveland Crunch by a score of 17-7. We talked about the fact that the Harrisburg Heat in every particular playoff series the last 3 years have really come alive in the late season. This year, no exception.
Well, here we go. The ambush still in striking distance. 20-16. They were down. It looked like it was all over. But 3 late goals here. A 3-pointer, and they're within 1. Anything can happen here. There's still plenty of time with 3 minutes left. Kansas City clearing free. Well, this would be something, would it, Bill? If the ambush can come back and win this thing?
It's not beyond the realm of feasibility, especially if they continue to implement that 6th attacker properly.
Here's Collie, plays it. Into the corner it goes. Chance for Moser with his back towards the goal. Centers one. Nobody home. And cleared by the attack all the way down into the St. Louis side of the field.
Mark Moser seeing a lot more of the ball in the latter stages of this 4th quarter.
Here's a turnover in midfield. Ambush gains possession. Eichmann back in against the defense. He plays it. Here come the ambush. Duran on a 4-man run. Plays it for Moser. Into the corner it goes. Moser knocked over by Carmine. 2 players there. He still maintains possession. Centers one. And Tayshaun Trapp fires it into the empty goal and wide. Then Hundell, the 6th attacker after the play back. And St. Louis will start it up with 2:08 left into the Kansas City end.
Those are game playing back to the goal and forcing the Kansas City defenders, drawing 1, 2, 3 defenders, and still somehow in some fashion or another getting a shot.
2:08 left in this game. Kevin Hundell, a hat trick in this game. He saved the goal and now plays it cross field. Moser shooting. Oh, the one-timer. Westcote gets an arm on it. Hundell pounds it free. High in the air. Eichmann shoulders it and then just plays it back. Under 2 minutes left in this game. Hundell into the corner for Daryl Duran. Ambush in deep, trying to get within 2. And it's dropped back for Hundell with 1:48 left. So play in front. Boots for Duran and Westcote the save. He took a chance, gambled, and was able to come out and make a save.
Low goalkeeping there by Warren Westcote. Hundell flooded at the mouth, looking for a little football head goal.
Turnover at the defense, and here comes Reiniger. A foul should be called there. Yes on Haynes with 1:31 left. The clock will stop, and St. Louis will set up. 1:29 left in this game. Ambush still have a chance as it's dropped back for Hundell. St. Louis scoring 3 consecutive tallies to make a game out of it. Now a bit with 1:06 left. Here's the play in for Reiniger. Across in front. Moser shoots that block to the defense. Oh, a great scoring chance for the ambush. A minute left, under a minute to go. Lead pass in front. Moser after it. Back down. His shot blocked away. Wade plays, but not out. Reiniger keeps it in. In front, Moser shoots. Oh, Westcote the save rebound. They score! Daryl Duran with 42 seconds left. 20-18. The ambush within two.
And the ambush within two, Mike, because they continue to keep the ball alive. Whether a shot, a missed shot, the ball is played off the defender, it breaks loose, they keep the rebound and keep the ball alive. Mark Moser with that shot, just barely past the outstretched hand of Westcote. Maurer gets the rebound, slices it across the face of the goal, and Daryl Duran right here simply redirects it. Now the ambush within two.
They have scored 4 straight, 34 seconds left. One goal, and this game is tied. Here's Haynes on the left side. Plays it, stolen by Reiniger. And here come the ambush with 23 seconds left. 20-18. An unbelievable comeback for St. Louis, but stolen. Wade takes over. 16 seconds left. Hundell steals. Clears it into midfield. Loose for Tayshaun Trent. Scores! Oh boy, after the ambush scored to make it entertaining down the stretch. 8 seconds to go, and that'll seal it up. Tayshaun Trent into the empty goal, and dejected Kevin Hundell, who was simply marvelous to help St. Louis in that 6-attacker situation.
Nonetheless, a fabulous effort. That's the chance you take when you're playing with the 6th attacker, and it simply breaks loose to number 15, Tayshaun Trent, and he puts the game seemingly out of reach, 23-18 now, with a mere 8 seconds remaining.
That a 3-point goal, I believe. He was outside the arc, and thus they've taken it back now and given him 2 on that, so it's 22-18. That's going to be the final. Ambush clinic, but that's it. The game is over, and the Kansas City Attack steal game 2, even up this series at a game apiece, but they had to hold on for dear life as the ambush did everything but tie the game.
Not for a lack of effort on the ambush part. They really implemented that 6th attacker just the way the position was designed, and they nearly pulled it back.
And I'll tell you, great sportsmanship. Both teams congratulating each other. A real solid effort for both clubs. 2 fantastic games in the first 2 games of the series. The final tonight, Kansas City 22 and St. Louis 18. The teams tied to the game apiece. This is Ambush Playoff Soccer on Prime.
Oh, okay, number 1 star, Jeff Rogers. Number 2 star, probably Warren Westcote. And the number 3 star, Kevin Hundell. I'm sorry, you asked me that earlier and I got caught up in the... Yes, sir. Mike Rogers had 4 goals and
let's see, he had 1 assist. And were those all 2-point goals? I think they were.
yeah.
So he had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points. It's our own. We pick them.
All right. Okay. Westcote made 19 saves in that 4th quarter, didn't he?
Not in the 4th quarter of the game, total, I believe.
Total game? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's what I meant to say. What am I talking about? 19 saves? Yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Well, that was Tayshaun Trent.
Wait, yeah, Tom, did you hear that?
Tom, that was the wrong guy scoring in the last goal.
Keyshawn Trett scored the winner. Okay, yeah, that's Rogers.
Oh, yeah, there
that's
he
Rogers.
is. Yep.
Yeah. That was 3 seconds left in the... that was three... no, it was 3 seconds left in the first half, yeah.
A tough luck loss for St. Louis. Tonight, the Kansas City Attack even up the series in the division finals, 22-18. It's a game apiece before 43-91 here at Kemper Arena. Here's tonight's 3 stars, Bill McDermott.
And we'll begin in reverse order. The number 3 star, Kevin Hundo from the St. Louis Ambush, who played superbly in that 6th attacker position late in the game to bring this game to an even feasible nature. He scored 3 goals, recorded 2 assists. We proceed with the 2nd star of the game, Warren Westcote, who, as I pointed out in the 4th quarter, has always played superbly against the St. Louis Ambush. Tonight, certainly no exception. And the 1st star of tonight's match between the Ambush and the Attack, Jeff Rogers, who records 4 goals tonight to go along with 1 assist, a career high for him in an individual game, 9 points, and he scored with 3 seconds remaining in that first half to really put some doubt in the Ambush mind at that particular occasion, because they were just starting to get back in the game. But Jeff Rogers, 1st star of the game tonight, very active, and that's why he got 9 points this evening.
Well, the 3 stars are brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't pull you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Final tonight, Kansas City 22 and St. Louis 18. We'll have a final word here from Kemper in just a moment.
Well, yeah. I just stay out of this segment, Tom. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Final tonight here at Kemper Arena. The Kansas City Attack even up a series with St. Louis. The Ambush losing 22-18. Bill McDermott, great comeback for the Ambush, but too late. Kansas City tying up the series in a very physical game, including a little mini brawl earlier, and the Attack have tied it up.
A little bit too little, too late. Daryl Duran knew coming into this game that this series was not going to be easy, and it certainly wasn't this evening. A lot of all-out, relentless running from the Attack from the start to finish.
And of course, earlier, the Ambush had some chances in a very thrilling game in this contest here tonight. Kevin Hundo, the hat trick for St. Louis. Bill, I want to thank you, also Ty Keogh, for joining us in the broadcast this year. And we really appreciate Anheuser-Busch and Bud Sports. They helped make this 6-game package a reality. And we want to have special thanks to Anheuser-Busch, Bud Sports, and also the people from Prime Network.
It's been a real pleasure to be involved with this, Mike. Thank you.
It was great. Well, a 1-1 tie. There will be a 4th game at Kiel next week. It will be Friday night, Game 4 at the Kiel Center. Again, the final tonight, Kansas City 22 and St. Louis 18. So long from Kemper Arena.
St. Louis Ambush Soccer is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And by your local Shell ETD convenience stores. And by Southwestern Bell Mobile Systems. A cellular phone, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And by Health South Rehabilitation Center of St. Louis, the official sports medicine provider for the St. Louis Ambush. And by Boatman's, with money market accounts designed to do just one sensible thing, save you money. St. Louis Ambush Soccer has been a presentation of Bud Sports and the St. Louis Ambush, aired through the facilities of Prime Sports Network.